Chiefs Kingdom. Chiefs Kingdom, are you with us?
Is this thing on? Is this thing on, baby?
Is this thing on?
Are you out there?
They're out there. ACU crew. We're doing a Friday night tailgate tonight. Not a Saturday. Nay. The game is Saturday. We're going hard on a Friday, Steve. What's going on, my man?
Not much. I'm extremely exhausted. Been driving for the last 3 hours. So, yeah, that's what's going on with me.
Hey,
what's going on with you,
We've been driving all week. We started the week off with a nice 10.5-hour drive to KC. We had a little fun with the crew. We drove back. We've just been driving all week. We might as well be truck drivers like our boy K. Wayne. We might as well get us a truck, Steve, and just make some money off of it, I guess.
Yeah, why not? Why not? Let's just be drivers. Now, we appreciate you guys joining us. Smash that like button real quick so we can get this out to more people. We'll get this party started here in just a minute, but we're just going to kind of talk about the game tomorrow, what we're expecting from the Chiefs, what we're excited to see, what we're not, and all that good stuff. So, yeah, also I put a poll up, so we want to know which receiver you guys think is going to have the biggest preseason game tomorrow. So, if I got to vote, Mike, you know who I would vote for?
Who'd you put on there?
I believe I put Justyn Ross, Skyy Moore,
Okay.
Justin Watson, and Richie James.
You're going to put Skyy Moore.
Yeah, that's probably who I'd pick.
Yeah. Steve wants to see. I think we all want to see the first team a little bit more, don't we? I mean, I know we're
Well, it's not who you want to see. It's who you think is going to have the best showing.
Oh, is that what you said?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's debatable, I guess. How long is the first team going to play? Andy said they're going to play for a whole half. Steve, do you think that's going to happen?
No, he said they were going to play for a whole quarter last time. They played one drive, so I'm assuming they're going to play 2 drives this game because he said a half.
Right. Brad said that your choice of wide receivers in that poll was depressing.
Who should I put in it? Brad? Who else would you put in there? Brad?
Maybe Brad's just says it's depressing because he don't like any of the wide receivers.
MVS? I didn't put MVS in there.
Maybe you just don't like the wide receivers that we have.
That's a possibility.
It's probably what it is. Is
it
that depressing, though? I don't know. I've actually been pretty impressed by our wide receivers, to be honest. I think that they come out during camp and they kind of heard the chatter. They kind of heard the D-Hop talk. And, you know, besides Kadarius Toney, who didn't get to prove anything except for that he always stays injured.
Yeah, Brad said that's the problem. That's what we got to work with is those guys. I don't know. I don't think it's a problem.
I feel better about them.
I do, too. I think the whole thing's just been we don't know what they're going to do, right? None of them's really proven themselves.
Right.
I think MVS is going to be better than people think. I think him and Patrick Mahomes being on the same page is really going to help him out. And it seems that they have more chemistry this time around. Skyy Moore, he's going to be more comfortable in the offense. He's got a whole year under his belt, so
Skyy Moore,
he's going to be more. He's also going to be Skyy Moore involved in the offense this year, so that's going to be good.
Could he get any less involved than what Andy had him last year? That's the question.
No, that's what I'm saying, man. I think there's some good things coming our way, and Richie James, I think's a welcomed addition, right? I mean, he's looked great in training camp.
Richie's looked great, like for real. I don't think any player has surprised me more than Richie James as well. You know, just the fact that he seamlessly just feels like he fits, don't he? Like he just feels like he's been a Chief for years, man. He to me, he feels like he fits way better than MVS sort of did. MVS sort of looked like a sore thumb out there sometimes.
Yeah, Richie's more the type of receiver that you would expect to see in an Andy Reid offense. But yeah, he's looked good. His route running looks good. He's getting separation. I mean, I'm excited to see what he can do, man. I think he's going to be good in this offense.
Me too. Hey, guys, 62 people in here tonight. I know we went late a little later. All right, we went live a little later.
We went late a little later?
We went late a little later, a little late. I'll say late a bunch of times. We went a little later today. Steve had a lot of stuff
it's Friday.
to do. It's Friday. We thought maybe we could stay up a little bit later than usual. But, you know, it is what it is. So you guys click that like button for us. Help us push this out. Let's see if we can at least push it over 100. I'll be pleased with that. We got the ACU crew. It doesn't even matter how many people's in here because we got the crew. It just doesn't matter.
The crew is here. We got all the good ones here. Yeah, let's go ahead and get to the chat a little bit. We got Micah Johnson from Facebook. How about that one? Yes. He says, hey, just got in here. When are they going to sign Jones? Well, they don't have to sign Jones. He's under contract for at least one more season. So this year he's under contract. And then, of course, they can tag him the year after that. When are they going to extend him? It better be soon. I think they need to go ahead and do it and just get it over with.
Micah, thanks for joining us, by the way. I like the profile picture, man. That's a great song. Rich Man up in Richmond, north of Richmond. I'll get it right in a minute. That guy's he's becoming an internet sensation. Great song. Appreciate the question, Micah. Hey, if you're not a member, if you're not subbed, hit that sub button over here at all.
Yeah,
Chiefs.
go on
Get
YouTube.
on over to YouTube.
He's
hit
on
that sub
Facebook.
button for us, baby.
Yeah, what's up, Mo? Good to see you, my man. He says y'all's favorite guy, Bart Scott, said Detroit will beat us opening night. LOL.
Right.
Of course they are.
Steve.
They're all going to say that because there's a chance of it, right? Like it seems like that's the cool thing to do is call that upset.
Right. I already got a YouTube short going for that tomorrow, by the way.
Do you?
Just a big old fat-headed Bart Scott on the cover, just calling him an idiot. Just calling him a big old
see him
slap
now.
nut. He's a
The Lions are going to beat the Chiefs.
He said he hopes they beat the Chiefs on banner night, and he called us the chefs on TV, on live TV. His job is to be an analyst, and he actually took a cheap shot at a team. Imagine going on there and calling like the Raiders, like the Faders, or the Broncos, the Donkeys.
Or if when the Patriots
such,
were winning the Super Bowls, call them the Patsies or something like
right.
that. Yeah.
Imagine going on there to an actual, on ESPN, wherever he was. I think it was ESPN this time. He was talking to Greeny. Maybe it wasn't ESPN, but either way, imagine being a professional analyst and you take a cheap shot like that at a team. That's just the most
pathetic. You know what?
thing ever.
Hey, you guys.
I challenge Bart Scott to a fight.
Yeah, I'd fight him. He's old.
Let's do it. Let's do the ACU 2-on-1 versus Bart Scott in the
Boxing?
octagon. Somebody call Dana
Octagon.
White. We're setting it up.
Hey, you guys use whatever emoji you think best describes Bart Scott in the chat right now. Please blow it up. Blow it up, baby.
Blow it up. I'm pretty sure I know what everybody's gonna hit. Probably starts with an S and ends with a nuts. That's probably what it is.
Ends with an S?
Ends with a nuts. The old slap nuts. Bart Scott sucks, by the way. I hate talking about Bart Scott. Yeah. He just instantly puts me in a bad mood, Steve.
Yeah, good job, King Mo. You made Mike angry now.
You pissed me off.
No, I saw where somebody was talking about the crappy field conditions in Arizona. Saw that up there. I'm not going to dig for the comment, but yeah, that's something that we could talk about for a split second here, man. Like, we know that their field sucks. But it sucks b-hole. Okay,
the b-hole.
Yeah, so I mean, yeah, it's a little concerning that our guys have to be out on that freaking ice skating rink again.
Not to interrupt, but can we call Bart Scott? Can we start calling him the b-hole?
He is a b-hole.
B-hole said chefs today.
Yeah, but no, Mike, how concerned are you about these guys playing on the slippery slip and slide field?
I'm a little concerned. I'm going to be honest. We have been bitten by the injury bug this year. That's been the big story of camp. I think the two biggest stories of camp was that the rookies did a good job and our wide receiver room actually impressed pretty well. And I think the other big story is injury after injury. Started with Pacheco coming in off of that surgery. Went to Fortson going on the IR. Went to Kadarius Toney going on the IR. We lost Isaiah Moore to the IR. You name it. Now Nico's probably going to hit the IR. This sucks. I don't want any more. I don't care to beat the Cardinals. I don't care if they beat us by 30 points. I don't care. I don't want to play on that field.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes. I don't like it. I don't want to think about it because, like you said, we've had pretty bad luck with the injuries so far. I'd like some better juju to come along, baby. We got to get past that. But Doug, thanks for hanging out for 2 seconds. Tell your daughter that we said happy birthday, and you get her some extra Chick-fil-A, my man.
Oh, please do. Man,
get her a peach milkshake. Those things are amazing from
peach
there.
Milkshakes are pretty tight.
Dude, they're so good at Chick-fil-A.
They are good. Ray says we have a live cast for that ass.
For that ass.
Oh, that's nice. I should bring it in with a live cast for that ass.
We're back with another live cast for that ass.
I like it.
Yeah,
I like
sure.
it, Ray. Good job, buddy.
It's what it is. Yeah, well, this is the first time we've been live since we had our meet and greet, little hangout, the Chew with the Crew at Zarda in Blue Spring on Tuesday night. Great time. All you guys that came out, we really appreciate you guys coming out and hanging out. It was good to put some faces with some names and just to hang out with everybody. And all of you guys are awesome, man. Like, not one of you guys were a slap nuts, and that surprised me a little bit. I thought there'd at least be one slap nut out there, but you guys were all cool.
We had a few people send us some pictures. I'm going to load those up. We're going to show those tonight.
Cool.
I want everybody to see what happened. Matter of fact, I got a few. I'll show a picture.
I'll show a picture.
This was before it. This was the picture before we got there. Old Mike got a ticket in Kansas City right here. You see that little sign right there? It says no parking to the left, 1 hour parking to the right. The sign was turned a little wonky. We thought they meant you could not park in the lot next door and that you had 1 hour parking on the curb. Turns out that's not what Kansas City said. They said, no, sir.
They said this sign's facing actually forward. Like here, you're seeing kind of a little bit of a side. Yeah, no, you can park on the other side of the road, Mike, but you can't park there.
Nay. So I started thinking, okay, Steve, if I can't park on this side of the road, I get 1 hour on the other side. The reason that did not trigger to us is because the other side had
a no parking sign.
What it did, but there was one little section that had pay, the little pay toll things, right? Those little the meters.
They
had the parking meters. I didn't know parking meters limited you to just 1 hour, so that didn't make sense to me. I was just thinking, hey, you can park there for an hour.
Hey.
The funny thing is, the two cars right in front of me up there, 0 tickets on those windows. They were there before I got there too, by the way. So Kansas City, congrats. You guys snaked me for $60. I appreciate it. That's how we started. That's how we started our weekend. But we had this nice picture sent to us. This was us having a little barbecue. We're all making fun of Haley because she had chipmunk jaws from eating burnt ends when people were trying to take pictures.
Is that what was going on here?
Yeah, she was chewing. She was having a chew.
She was chewing with the crew.
Chewing with the crew. Chipmunk jawed herself. And we're just kind of, letting her have it. But, I got a few more. I'll load a few more up, and we'll talk to them. We'll go through them throughout the night. But, yeah, we had a good time. And we thought you guys would maybe want to see some pictures of the event if you didn't get out there.
Right. We actually saw a couple people at camp when we were there. We saw Cobra Kai Ty at camp. Got to talk to him for a minute, so that was cool. He brought us some cereal.
Oh,
we got some Mahomes Crunch.
Cobra Kai Ty, thank you so much, brother.
Yeah, man. Appreciated. But yeah, everybody that came out, we appreciate you guys coming out. It was a really fun time. We're going to try to do some more stuff like that in the future, I'm sure. So hopefully it just gets better and better each time. Yeah.
Zarda was great.
Yeah, they were.
Everybody there was great. They let us have an entire back room. They didn't give us any problems, except for the fact that they moved us from the real back room to the fake back room.
Well, they just gave us a part of the restaurant, right? They were like, you all have this half back here.
Go take the back of the restaurant. Yeah. It is what it is, as long as they didn't cancel. When I got the phone call we were at camp, wasn't we? We got the phone call, and I said, oh, God, they're going to cancel. Everybody is going to be pissed. But they did not cancel. We made it work. Gary Holland says, Mike and Steve, do you think the Chiefs should put Snead on the IR to get him healthy? Hey, if you haven't watched our video today, and we know we released it at the exact same time that Chiefs, the Lord of the Chiefs Kingdom, went live. Cole was live.
Did you not think what his name was?
Yeah, I forgot Cole's name for a second. I was going to call him Lord Beard, Lord Redbeard. The Lord was live, and I forgot. I put it right at that same time, so I know a lot of people, it got lost in the algorithm. That's cool. But after this, go check it out. We talked about this. But, Steve, we didn't discuss putting Snead on the IR.
Yeah, well, I don't know if it's necessary, right? We don't know what the hell's going on.
Right, that's the question we were asking.
It's definitely something concerning, right? I mean, obviously it's not good. He missed the entire training camp. He literally practiced for like a couple days and missed the rest of camp with his knee being swollen. Is there more to it than we know? I don't know, but we discussed it in the video, so make sure you guys go catch that after this. Just take I think it's 30 minutes or so. Just take 30 minutes, watch that video from front to back, hit that like button on it, and help us out a little bit with it.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
But yeah, it's definitely a discussion, Gary. And
hey,
we
Steve,
don't know. We don't know. To answer his question, though, we don't know what the hell's going on.
Right.
We don't know if he needs to go on the IR.
Is it fair for us as Chiefs? I don't want to say we're not analysts, to be honest. Like, I don't know. We're just podcasters.
We analyze a lot of things.
We do, but we're not like a TV analyst. We're not
we're not Bart Scott.
Right? We just talk. But it's fair of us as Chiefs fans to maybe think that something more is going on than what the Chiefs are letting on. Isn't it fair to ask that question, considering he's been out the entire camp?
Yeah. I mean, dude, we've been on the whole L'Jarius Sneed thing way, way further back than most people were. Like, we called out way back that, like, there's a very good chance that L'Jarius Sneed's playing his last season with the Chiefs. There's a good chance they could trade him before the trade deadline. Like there's so much stuff going on. Like they're not going to pay this guy a big bunch of money. They haven't even extended Chris Jones. Do you think they're going to give a bunch of money to a corner? Like people got to get in the real world, man. I mean, we're probably seeing the last of Snead, and it's not good for him to be walking around with a bum knee in his contract year.
Right. What would your level of what's the word? What would your level of disbelief be if by the end of the season Chris Jones does not get paid and they give a big contract to Snead instead?
I would think that Brett Veach had lost his damn mind. That's what I would think.
I'd be calling for a psychiatric evaluation.
Yeah, so a lot of people's like, if he can't get an extension done with Chris Jones, like, does that put Brett Veach on the hot seat? Are people going to start, getting their pitchforks out at Brett Veach finally? And I'm on the fence about that. I think it's a very stupid move if you don't secure Chris Jones, right? Like,
right.
Obviously, if it's something astronomical and just unrealistic, then sure, you can't pay him that. But for what we think the contract should be around, it's doable, and I think you have to.
Right.
But so I don't know. I don't think you get your pitchforks out if it's just Chris Jones thing don't get done. But if he signs a corner to a big long-term deal after not extending Chris Jones, that's when we all get the pitchforks out and we attack Veach. And we poke him and we poke him and we poke him because he's lost his damn mind.
You can't condone attacking Veach with a literal pitchfork.
Mike, it was not literal. It was what's the word I'm looking for?
Tongue lashing.
It's I don't know.
Who knows?
I don't speak English.
Right. Anthony says, who do you guys think get the first sack tomorrow?
Felix.
Oh, Steve's going Felix.
Felix, baby.
Is he going to get it with the first team, or do you think our first team don't even get a sack and he just comes in with the second team?
I'm playing the Cardinals, son. It's kind of hard to sack that little man, but I'm going to go with Felix. I don't know if it'll be in the first drive, but I think he'll be the first one to get one. Maybe George. George might pull one off too.
I'm going to go a different route. I'm going to say Leo. I'm going to say they pull Leo off the edge and he goes.
Man, I can't wait to start seeing Leo and Willie Gay coming off the edge because I think they're going to do that this year.
That's what I want to see. That's why I'm saying
it's going to be
awesome.
Because
it's what I want to see.
It's going to be freaking awesome. Hey, real quick, we're over 200 people in here. We appreciate you guys being here. We're just going to talk some more about this preseason game coming up, what we want to see, what we don't want to see. But yeah, thanks for joining us. If you love the Chiefs and you haven't subscribed yet, what the hell are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button and hang out with All Chiefed Up more often. Hang out with ACU crew. Got some good people in the chat. And if you guys don't care, take a minute, hit that like button, and let's keep building this thing up. Let's get to 250 plus before the end of this thing. Let's do it.
Can we do it? Can we do it?
Can we do it? Yeah, we can do it. We're 210 now. If everybody goes and hits the like button, baby, it's going to happen.
Yeah, you're right. Zachary, what's up, Zachary? I haven't seen the name Zachary Trainum in here. And if you're not a member and you're not part of the crew and you're not subscribed to the channel, I hope you do that. Bart Scott always been a hater of the Chiefs, but last year when we were blazing, he was on the wood. Bart Scott is the ultimate.
Bart Scott was on our wood last year? I don't even remember that. I feel like he's always been a hater. Like, I'm sure he tried to backpedal last year because he did stupid things. But
that guy,
now he just dove back in. He went back in balls deep, Michael. Back into it. Bart Scott. Even if he backpedaled last year, he dove back in. Like, how stupid can you be? Why do you want to look dumb year in and year out? Bart Scott, is that his goal in life, is to look like a chooch?
Right. We got Jack Slade with the poop emoji. I don't know what Jack's pooping on over here, but
he's pooping on Bart Scott.
Hermes, Scott can suck my sack.
That's the best one yet.
Hey, applause. Just an applause.
Yep.
Mike Burton, what's up, Mike? Hit that sub button for us, baby. Come on. He says season opener trap game, LOL. Hey, everybody's saying, even Bart Scott, but I think that I don't know if I'd call it a trap game. I don't think the Chiefs are overlooking the lines. The fans are overlooking the lines. I don't think the Chiefs are smart enough to overlook
I think
the lines.
Anybody with
or dumb enough, rather.
I think anybody, even fans with sense, knows you can't just overlook a team that's on the up, like the Lions. Like, they are getting better. They were good last year. They had a really good draft. They they've made some good moves this offseason. Like the Lions are not a pushover team anymore. They're not your daddy's Lions. So you're going to have to come out, and the Chiefs just can't be lackluster. They got to show up and be ready to go, or they might get smacked in the mouth. That's all there is to it. So trap game, I wouldn't necessarily say a trap game, but it's definitely something the Chiefs can't take lightly. They got to come out with some fire under their butt and be ready to go week 1. That's all there is to it.
Yeah, I totally agree.
Yep. Cobra Kai Ty with the Tim Bomb. We appreciate you, Ty. You're awesome, my man. He said, "Your guys, you're right. You guys, not analysts. You have common sense about the team and aren't rocking super itchy slap nuts." On that, not hey, please double tap that like button. We appreciate you, Ty. We try not to be slap nuts since we call other people slap nuts, but it can happen from time to time. I'm sure I've said some slap nutty stuff before, but now we do try to have common sense when we're talking about football. And sometimes common sense when you're talking about the Chiefs, they get them pitchforks out, man, because common sense makes you say some things that doesn't, coincide with their fantasy land Chiefs.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Let's have a little okay, look, I'm just going to today we got so many comments, people saying we were negative over the Snead video, Steve. How is it negative just kind of asking a question?
Because you're supposed to act like his knee's not injured.
Even so he's missed every practice but like 2. It's cool.
Right. No, you're supposed to act like it's completely fine.
Literally
Snead's
just
the number 1 corner in the league and his knee's fine.
Right. I've had some inflammation here and there on a knee or something. We've played sports. It don't last a month without being something.
Yeah.
Just saying. It is what it is. But we appreciate you, Cobra Kai. Everybody put some legendaries in the chat. Put a little ketchup.
Put a little ketchup in the chat.
A little ketchup.
Heck yeah, man. Yeah, and once again, it was good to meet you, Ty. It was nice to finally meet you.
I actually got a picture
awesome.
with Cobra Kai Ty. I'm pretty sure.
Do you? Do you have a picture?
I don't know if we actually got it sent to us. Let me find it.
He's got it somewhere.
I do. Just give me a minute. It's the one where we took it where we're outside. Do you remember we all took that picture and everybody was glowing?
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, here it is. Got it. It's right here. Here we are.
Let me move him.
Let's talk about it. Okay, let's put the picture up.
What?
No,
Which
let's
one
talk about
do?
Enrique.
Enrique.
$2. Enrique, my boy.
Appreciate you, my man. Hey, put some legendaries in the chat for Enrique.
Yeah.
Thanks for the support, my man. Thanks for
He's supporting all the time. Enrique was here yesterday supporting me, Steve, when I was up here with Mackenzie when you were at work. She did a pretty good job. That was her first time ever being on camera. She was a little nervous.
First time ever?
I think so. She never did it before.
Man, we had 100 people drop out of the live in the last 30 seconds. What did we do?
We must have got boring.
What did we do?
Here we go. Oh, there it is. So we got a little Cobra Kai Ty all the way on the right.
Yep.
You guys are seeing him.
Who's that guy in the big yellow Big Bird shirt?
The big yellow Big Bird is Steven. I see Brian Parrott back there in the back. Brian Parrott's actually really tall, by the way. I had a problem. And then, of course, this is K. Wayne right here with a Slapnuts t-shirt. And Cobra Kai with the awesome, Cobra Kai walked up to us at camp. I just seen a guy wearing this t-shirt. Didn't even recognize it was an all cheaped up shirt. And I was like, that shirt's pretty sick. And then turns out it was our own shirt.
Because I designed it, Mike. That's why it's sick.
Pretty good. But yeah, the Slapnut shirt looks incredible as well. K. Wayne, shout out. But yeah, Steve, I was having trouble.
Speaking of those beautiful shirts, though, real quick. You guys can totally get some merch. If you just go to merch.allchiefedup.com, there's some awesome shirts on there. And all the proceeds go to helping this channel grow. So make sure that you do that, and you can get some beautiful merchandise in return. You can kill 2 birds with 1 stone, man. And it's right here in the chat, I believe. You'll see the link.
Yeah, of course. But yeah, back to what I was going to say. When I see people, when we talk to people, I just assume everybody's tiny. And then we show up to real life and everybody's a real life
Why is everybody
human.
tiny?
I don't know. You just kind of think people are short.
Mike really offended Haley Lewis, by the way.
I think I did. And I apologize to her. She walks in. Okay, look, let me
She walked in. This. I was talking to her, and Mike turns around and goes, you're tall.
You're killing the story. Hold up. We're sitting at Zarda. Haley comes in a little fashionably later than we did, which is cool. She walks through the door, and I turn around, and I catch her walking through the door the wind hits her hair and her hair flows in the breeze, and a light shined down from above. And it was actually from the window to the left because the sun was setting, but it looked like it was set up as like in this like movie scene. And she was tall. She was really tall. And I said, "Look, Haley, didn't recognize you. I didn't know you were 6 foot tall." What's wrong?
What just happened? That was the weirdest story I've ever heard, Mike.
Why was it weird?
You're
That's
talking
exactly what I seen. I turned around. Her hair's blowing in the wind. She has the sun shining on her. And I say, "My God, she's tall." Yeah, that's kind of what it looked like. And she was really tall. And I said, "Hey, you're tall." But she wasn't really tall. So I don't want to offend her. She's only like normal height. It's just that when we see her in these little boxes on the screen, everybody looks short, right?
Yep.
Sorry, Haley.
Hey, what's up, Jose? Sucks that you're at work, man, but glad you're listening. Talk about a little Chiefs football for you. That way we can get you through that.
Hey, Jose threw up the 5. He says, "Steve looks big. I'll throw him in as tight end 4. Steve is a tall.
Yeah, I'm like
man.
6'3". I think I could do it. 6'3", 240 pounds probably.
He is 6'3".
I could do it. Except for my back sucks and I'm old.
Right. Steve, what did you play in high school? Were you like a defensive end?
Yeah. Yep.
Steve was defensive end. I wasn't tall enough to be defensive end. I missed that by about 2 inches. I played offensive guard, offensive tackle, defensive tackle. Not cool.
Yeah, I had the fun position. I got to sack quarterbacks and stuff.
It's funny too, though. That I remember playing the scout team, and I would stand up off the edge like Derek Thomas sometimes, and I'd rush off the edge.
Coach would get mad because you didn't have your hand in the dirt.
The coach would just get mad.
Yeah.
I'm like, "Bro, just let me play." You're trying to make me do the wing tee. Like,
let me live, Coach.
Jose,
hey, appreciate the 5, Jose. You're the man. Thanks for the support.
Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate it.
All right, let's talk about the Chiefs. Let's talk about the game. All right,
okay,
so let's go back. Let's go back and look at our poll real quick. I'm gonna go ahead and end this poll. It looks like 44. Let me end it. Yeah, 44% say Justyn Ross is going to have the biggest game out of the receivers. 28% Skyy Moore, 22% Richie James, 5% Justin Watson. You guys are going to cry and laugh a little bit when Justyn Watson has the best game. But
yeah,
either way, that's kind of where we're at with that. Mike, let's talk about the receivers for a little bit. Okay. Not necessarily who you think's going to have the best game, but who needs to have the best game. Like if there's any receivers out there, we know Nico's hurt now, and more than likely he might go to the IR. I really don't know for sure yet, right. But I think that's probably what we're looking at. You got your 4 guys that 100% is locked into this team, maybe 5, with Kadarius Toney, MVS, Skyy Moore, Rasheed Rice, and then Justyn Watson. I would say is a lock too. Who needs to show out? Is it on Richie James and Justyn Ross, or is there somebody else out there?
Man, I feel like they all. I feel like the top 7 set, isn't it? I just don't see anybody jumping that top 7.
I don't. I will tell you, I don't think he has a shot, but I will mention Ty Scott has looked really good at camp.
I think Kakoa Crawford's probably
and Crawford too, but Ty Scott just has some speed, man. Like I seen him burning some of our DBs. Like he was just blowing by them. So, yeah, I'm with you. But who do you think needs to have the biggest game out of all the receivers?
Right.
Who needs to show something? Is it Justyn Ross still?
Richie Go ahead, James don't have to show anything. Yeah, I think Justyn Ross needs to continue to improve. That's why we put him on the cover. That's why we say Justyn Ross's progression. Because I think he's got to keep progressing. I don't think he can stop. If Andy wants to take 6, he's still fighting for a roster spot. So I don't think he can stop. I think he's got to keep going. He's got to keep running good routes. He's got to lay some blocks when he can. If he's asked to do special teams, you got to convert. Even when you're not getting the ball. Like I was watching a few reps of him against the Saints, and even on routes where he didn't get the ball thrown his way, he still ran good routes. Like he was open. That one that they threw up the left sideline, he kind of broke the tackle and broke it off for a few extra yards. That play looked really good. So I think Justyn Ross has to keep building. That's what I would say.
I'm going to agree. I think he's the guy that needs to have the best preseason games, ultimately. Because, I mean, he's the one that's on the bubble. We've always been saying it's like Justyn Watson is there with them. But, I mean, I honestly think at this point, like Justyn Ross is the only one that's on the bubble. I kind of feel like Richie James and Justyn Watson are locks. I think 6 guys are locked, and Justyn Ross has to keep, showing why they need to take 7 wide receivers.
Right.
So if they get the crazy idea that they don't, just to let him go to waivers and get snatched up by some other team, I don't think it's going to happen, but he's got to keep proving why they can't do that.
Right. That kind of goes with this question. Jay Ham, good to see you, brother. Hit that sub button for us. He says, which Chiefs wide receiver is going to be a star?
Skyy Moore.
Yeah, we don't have any stars on this team as of now. You say Skyy Moore can do it.
Yeah.
I'm with you. I
think he's going to
Justyn Ross could get there if he could work.
I don't think Skyy. Well, I mean, I don't want to completely rule it out, but I don't think Skyy Moore's like ever going to be top 5 wide receiver in the league type thing, right? But I think he's going to take the league by storm this year. I think a lot of people just do not understand how good Skyy Moore can be. I think they saw the little sample size last year where he wasn't really involved in the offense. He didn't know the offense all that great last season. They also only got to see him in special teams where Dave Toub put him into a position that he shouldn't have. Skyy Moore never returned punts ever in his life. Let's do it in the NFL. Let's see how it works out for you. Like, I don't like that move. I think that hurt his confidence a little bit, and it kind of set him back a little bit as a receiver. But I think this year is the year that everyone sees it, because now that Juju's gone, Skyy Moore's got a year under his belt. He's going to be a lot more involved in this offense. And if he gets to slide into that Juju role some, play in the slot, find the soft spot in the zone defenses, take, even screen passes, Skyy Moore can do it all. And I think that we're really going to see some good stuff from him, maybe some big plays. And I think, I think he's going to take the league by storm. I think you're going to start seeing people wake up a little bit and be like, hey, this dude's the real deal.
I agree. Steve, I want to bring something up for you.
What do you got?
This is what I'm bringing it for you. Matt with a 10 bomb.
Matt with a 10 bomb, baby.
Man, he says, y'all ready for AFC, NFC championship predictions? Or are y'all waiting till after the preseason?
Ooh,
I'll give you a prediction.
We can do it. I'll
give you a prediction. I'm going to say the Chiefs are back in it.
Yeah.
And I'm going to say we get a rematch. We're going to get a rematch. I think it's Chiefs versus 49ers. Not
yeah, I don't think it's the Eagles, bro.
Not the Eagles. I think the 49ers might get it back.
That's a good one. It really just depends on Brock Purdy. Like, is that guy going to actually – was he like a flash in the pan, or is he the real deal? Like, We'll find out this year. But if he can keep continuing to play the way that he has, then yeah, I think – I really can't think anybody else in the NFC besides the Eagles, 49ers that really put up a good argument. Can you think of anybody else that might be able to squeeze in there?
They're trash. You would have
NFC's pretty weak. Like, you'd have to go with like the Cowboys or something.
Right, that's what I was gonna say. It'd have to be like a Cowboys type thing or something.
I just don't see them getting there. Not with Dak. I don't either.
I think the AFC is just the far superior conference.
Yeah, I think so too.
By the way, thanks Matt for the 10.
Yeah, appreciate that. Throw some catch-ups and legendaries in the chat for Matt.
But I'm going to get this one too before I was going to say what I was going to say.
All right, what we got?
Jeremiah with a 20
with a
bomb.
Freaking
baby.
20 bomb. Appreciate you, Jeremiah. That's freaking awesome, bro. Love it.
Jeremiah. ACU crew creeping it real. Justyn Ross, hype train.
Heck yeah, baby. Justyn Ross has got, like, dude, like we were saying, Justyn Ross has got to convince these people. You have to keep 7. You have to keep 7 wide receivers because I'm too damn good. You can't let me go. You can't let some other team squeeze in here and get me, and then me beat your ass in the season. Like, that's not how we want this to play out. So Justyn Ross has got to keep playing well, and so far so good, man. All the props in the world to this kid because, despite what you would think by people on X or Twitter or whatever, Justyn Ross has had a lot of pressure. And it comes from Chiefs fans. It comes from this literal, hype train that Jeremiah is talking about here. We've all been part of it. We're all guilty of it. Right. But I mean, this kid, he hasn't played football in years now. He had all the medical stuff with the congenital. I said genital. Congenital.
Bro, he's got problems if he's got genital fusions.
Congenital fusion. And then he broke his foot and was out the entire season. So he's got all this medical stuff going on.
I can't get over the genital fusion. What would that look like? It looked like 2 fists being pulled apart.
I'll tell you what it looks like. It looks like way too much work and not enough sleep. But yeah, with all that going on though, like I feel like everybody was still hyping this kid up to be the next greatest thing.
Oh yeah.
And like he's seen this stuff. I mean, hell, he even got rid of his Twitter. He told everybody he was going to delete it because he probably got tired of reading about all this stuff he needed to live up to. So, but all the props in the world to him for having a genital fusion and still being able to go out there and kick ass in camp and the preseason so far.
Right. Andrew, ISA Chiefs fan. What's up, Andrew?
Hey,
thanks for being here,
quick,
brother. Hit
real
that
quick.
sub button. Yeah, what's up?
I want to see a bunch of legendaries in the chat and some nukes for Matt. And,
yeah, for sure.
And Jeremiah, because we appreciate
Matt
you
and
guys.
Jeremiah, two amazing crew members right there. But Andrew, he asked, where did Crawford, Crawford come from?
Crawford.
I hadn't heard his name until the first preseason game. He's been here for a little while. They had him in at UDFA. He's out of Cal, if I'm not mistaken, off the top of my head. I don't know if he played with Nico or not. Nico played at Cal, and then Nico transferred over to Fresno during the COVID year. But he come from Cal. He plays special teams really well. Charles Goldman actually told us a little inside info, and he said that the Chiefs liked him. And wanted him back. They were fighting to get him signed and bring him into camp. I think Cal's offense just kind of sucked a little bit, and he didn't get a good opportunity, but he's got a big frame, big body. He's pretty quick. Kakoa is probably right now setting himself up for the practice squad.
Maybe.
That's what I would say.
Or he could get cut.
No, he's going to go to the practice squad. I don't know if that worked.
No, not at all. Well, it just depends. So, like, we talked about this a little bit at camp. So we were actually at camp the day that Nico dislocated his shoulder, right? So we saw it happen. Like, literally watched him make an amazing catch. He went down. He's sitting there with his arm hanging down. You could tell the dude was sick at his stomach. He was down for a minute. And then he got off. They took him to the tent. And, his arm's just hanging down. I told Mike, I looked at Mike, and I was like, man, that don't look good. Looks like to me like a collarbone or shoulder because the way he's holding his arm. Well, then they reported, I think it was Pete Sweeney or somebody reported that Pete's what? Pete's who? Pete's what?
Weenie.
Yeah. He reported that it was his wrist. And I was like, I don't think so. The way that went down, I don't think so.
Pete Sweeney would think it was his wrist.
Yeah. Well, but dislocated shoulder. So it's the same thing as Jody Fortson, right? But we were talking about this at camp. You never want to see anybody get injured. So don't take this the wrong way. But it could be a blessing in disguise for the Chiefs and us Chiefs fans. Because Nico's not going to make the 53-man. He was not. There's just too much competition right now. And Nico's really freaking good. And we really like the guy. And we think he could be an asset to the Chiefs. Now, instead of getting, going not clearing waivers, now he could potentially go to the IR.
Right.
So, a little silver lining, maybe. What do you think?
Yeah, I think so too. I think it's definitely a silver lining. I think now he gets through because you got to remember if they put him to the practice squad and they pick him up off the practice squad, he's got to go straight to a 53. So he's not going to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just not going to happen. So this is another thing I wanted to talk about really quick. Brenda, what's up, Brenda? She says Prince needs a good game. And then the very next comment is K. Calhoun. He says if Deneric Prince has a stellar game, he could be on the bubble. I think he meant to say if he doesn't have a stellar game, he could be on the bubble.
Look,
I know P-Ron has been cutting into some snaps this week.
Do you remember, Mike, back when I was telling everybody to pump the brakes on Deneric Prince? Do you remember that?
A little bit, but it wasn't like it wasn't a negative way. It was just how much was he actually going to be able to contribute year one.
Like guys, like we understand this guy's an athletic freak, right? Like we get it. Like he's huge, fast, really, really good, great athlete. But there's a reason why 7 teams passed on him. 7 teams, 32 teams passed on him 7 times, I should say. We got him as a UDFA. So, I mean, there has to be some reason there. I've always said this, like, there has to be a reason all these guys that literally get paid the big bucks to scout these guys just didn't think that he was worthy of a draft pick. And
kind of weird that they passed him like that.
And I'm not down in Deneric Prince right now because I still have faith in him. I still think he's going to make the squad and he's going to be very effective. But I think we saw a little bit of what they did not like about Deneric Prince. I think when you see him, he's not very shifty. He runs very upright. Like he doesn't cut all that great. Like, I mean, there's little things here and there, and I think we saw a little bit of it. And I've noticed that Chiefs Kingdom has, like, the stock on Deneric Prince has been tanking since that first preseason game. I think it's a little bit unfair because we got to give him time. But I'm with you, Calhoun. I think he's got to have a good game here. I don't think he's on the bubble per se. I think he's going to make the squad. But he definitely needs something to go in his favor right now, I think. I feel like he's trending down.
Well, that goes with this one. Chiefs fan asked, which player do you think will have the most rushing yards tomorrow? I think it's Clyde.
You think so?
I think Clyde, he'll get the snaps with the ones. Pacheco ain't gonna
right, but I mean, they're gonna let other guys run. I would say Samaje P. Ryan, just because he's gonna get more snaps than everybody else.
LaMichael
P. Ryan.
Steve, you were tired, bro. I can tell.
Who's Samaje?
Samaje, is it like his brother or cousin, or they may not even be related? But
is that the guy that played for the Bengals?
Yeah, but you know what's funny? At least you said his name right, because I was watching a thing the other day and they called him Samage.
That's
I was
sad.
like, when I heard Samage P. Ryan, I just turned it off.
Anyway, LaMichael P. Ryan. Yeah, I think that maybe it could be him. He's probably gonna get more reps than everybody else. Prince also should get a lot of reps too, so maybe him. Yeah, it would be good for him.
Yeah, I'm with you. Jose says the way Skyy cuts and runs routes looks smooth too. He has good hands. I like that comment because that's exactly what Skyy does, and that's exactly why we took Skyy.
Dude, he's so good. He's so good.
I think doesn't Skyy just look smooth when he's running routes? Like, he really does just look so
He's
smooth.
so fast, and he runs crisp routes, and he's just a smart kid, and I think he's gonna show out, dude. I do. I have all the faith in the world in him. Hefe says, unfair. Prince is a toad. I don't know. I wouldn't call him a toad yet. But I mean, we kept trying to tell people, hey, pump your brakes on this. It's kind of like the Justyn Ross situation. Like, for different reasons, we were like, hey, lay off the kid. Like, he's trying to recover and rehab and get back to football health. You know what I'm saying? And they already have him up here saying he's the next D-Hop. Right. You know? So, but in that same way, it was like, hey, pump the brakes on Prince. He's not Isaiah Pacheco as much as you can kind of compare the two. He's not him. Let him be him and give us some time. And I think people instantly, like, the Deneric Prince that they had built up in their imagination, Mike, wasn't there on that first game. So they automatically think he sucks. And it's like, you all had a unreasonable made up Deneric Prince in your head. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of how I felt about it. Like, they pumped him up so much.
He can still get to that. That's what they were doing with
No,
Justyn
I think
Ross
he can too.
Worked.
But I mean, it's like he's not there yet. We knew he's not there yet. That's why he wasn't even drafted.
Jack Cox says Skyy Moore to Juju comparison is silly. Skyy does not have the frame to take hits like Juju. I don't think we're saying he's the same player. We're saying he's going to run the same type of routes for the team and work the underneath.
And I actually think he could be more effective at it than Juju was. Juju's like obviously a bigger guy than Skyy. He's not as fast as Skyy.
But I do think Skyy will run the majority of his routes. Juju ran most out of the slot last year. I think Sky's going to do most of the slot.
The comparison is not player to player. It's what routes they're going to be running.
It's what the team.
And that was straight out of Andy Reid's mouth, by the way. So if you think that's silly, then you're talking about Andy Reid there.
Yeah. Somebody go call Big Red.
Yeah. See if you want to call him silly.
Julia says Khalif and Echo are battling.
Actually, I had a hot take today about that. Did I not? On the podcast that Steve you guys should go watch. I don't think Khalif's battling right now. I think Nick Jones and Echo's battling.
Yeah, Steve thinks Khalif's on the squad.
I think he is. Now. As of right now, yeah. If he comes out and has another game like he did.
Well, again, he's got to keep stacking.
Yeah, but I'm saying
anybody's safe right now.
No, but I think he put a big claim out there to be on this squad just in that first game. And it's not just because he had the highlight play. It was all the little things he was doing. And it's the fact that, like, Mike, you even said, you know, everybody don't go crazy in the chat. But Mike actually said that he's seen some traits that reminded him of Sauce Gardner in Khalif Hallisey.
I'm not saying he is Sauce Gardner.
Right. Before you lose your mind, he's not saying he's as good as Sauce Gardner.
The same kind of body frame, same kind of
Yeah. I think people didn't really know Khalif. He was a UDFA too. The only reason me
Right.
and Mike really knew him is because he played in Kentucky. He was at Western Kentucky. He's a hilltopper. So we knew he's like a little hidden gem. And I kept saying the Chiefs were going to draft him in the 7th round, and they didn't. And then I was like, well, they're going to definitely get him as a UDFA. And then it said Khalif Hallisey signs with the New York Jets.
Kind of weird that the Jets have
and
Sauce,
I was like,
and then they tried to bring in Hallisey.
Isn't that weird that I kept saying that the whole time, and then it said he signed with the Jets, and I was like, I just had this gut feeling he was going to be a Chief.
You know what's funny?
And then the next day, like something weird happened. All of a sudden, he was with the Chiefs instead of the Jets.
The Western Kentucky, if you go to Western Kentucky's Instagram right now today or their TikTok one, they still say congrats to Khalif for signing with the Jets. So nobody knows what happened. Like they haven't even corrected it.
I had that intuition though. I had this gut feeling that he was a Chief. He just looked like a Chief. He smelled like a Chief. No, but I don't know. I just thought it for real. And I think right now I feel like Echo and Nick Jones is battling. Nick Jones is also battling some broken fingers. So there's that too.
Well, before I forget, Gil dropping 5 memberships. And
Heck yeah, Gil. Appreciate you, my man.
Gil's always supporting out here. If I can find it in the chat, and I think I just did, I'll give everybody some congrats. Amani with the membership, Brian Gales, Rock Chalk Chief, Norman Shrek, and Midnight GTCS, all gifted memberships by Gil.
Heck yeah.
So be sure and thanks, Gil.
Appreciate you, Gil, and you guys welcome to the ACU crew. Good to have you on board.
Yeah. I think some of them's been here the majority of the time.
Put some catch-ups in the chat for Gil. Gil's the man. Gil's always supporting. Gil's always supporting. We appreciate you, buddy.
Always supporting. Always supporting. Let me try to catch up with the chat here. I want to keep answering questions from you guys. Steve, what's your thoughts on the while I'm looking through here, what's your thoughts on the tight end room now? Are you under the assumption that we're still going to take 4 with Fortson on IR, or do you think they might just take 3 now?
No. I've never been a Matt Bushman's going to make the squad guy. I mean, I know he's done some great things, and I know that a lot of people like him, but I think you're looking at Travis Kelsey, Noah Gray, Blake Bell. I think that's what it's going to be. Because also, like, Blake Bell's going to do the H-back thing. Like, so we freed up a spot on the roster because we're not carrying a fullback, correct? And then Andy Reid said, "Oh, the tight end's going to take on that responsibility, run, the little H-back thing. Who's more perfect to do that than Blake Bell? Noah Gray. I mean, we got guys that can do it, right?
Right.
So then Jody Jodied. He got hurt again, and I hate it for the kid. I hate it.
Off season,
Jody
has got to be healthy this year.
Dude, I knew it was
and
coming.
He couldn't get through it.
Like I could have, literally, if there was a bet you could have placed in Vegas that Jody Fortson would get hurt before the season started, I would have put every dime I had, which is not much, but I would have put every dime I had that would happen, and I would have cashed in. It's just too obvious. But anyway,
Steve, you'd have made like $30.
I wouldn't even have made $30, bro. I would have made like 75 cents.
Hey, J Ham says, the way I see it, all the Chiefs wide receivers are in the same boat. The only wide receiver I believe that is overhyped is MVS. Why is he so special? Even Juju was more reliable. I think the reason MVS is looked at as something...
I don't think he's necessarily overhyped. I wouldn't say he is.
Right. But I think people were relying on MVS this year. I think MVS showed what he could do against the Bengals last year. And I think that his chemistry with Mahomes has got a lot better. We seen that with our own eyes the other day. How many passes did MVS catch from Mahomes in the end zone just practicing? He was catching just fade routes in the end zone for like an hour.
Well, let me just say this. Here's what I think about the whole situation. I think that MVS is a much better receiver than you've ever seen. Like, I think he's better than what he was with the Packers. And I think he will be better than what he was in his first year with the Chiefs, just for the pure fact that he's got more chemistry with Mahomes. He knows the playbook better. He's a little more comfortable. So I don't think people's like hyping MVS as being like this great wide receiver. I think people are excited to see him have a bit of a breakout year, sort of, or like actually be comfortable and at least reach his full potential. Right. I think that's what people are excited about J Ham. I don't think that they necessarily think he's like this great wide receiver. I just think that they think that he can reach his full potential with Mahomes and Reed.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah,
I think so for sure. I think it's I think he's going to have a good year this year. I really do. I think he's going to.
I think he's going to surprise some people as well. I do think Skyy Moore is going to be the one that really, really lights everybody up. But I think MVS could also surprise some people this year because I think everybody has a preconceived thing of what they think about MBS. Like not just Chiefs fans, but like football fans in general. Like he's always just known as he was just a home run threat on Green Bay, and he's just a guy that's going to catch a deep ball every now and then. But I think he's more than that, and I think we'll see that this year.
Right. Michael Green, what's up, Michael? Thanks for being here, brother. He says,
Go on, Mike.
Y'all think Justyn Ross's health is going to hold this year? I hope so, man. But I tell you what, like we said, we started this off talking about it. The injury bug has been big in Kansas City this year.
It has been. I'm gonna be positive about it though, right?
Yeah, me too. I think he's going to be fine.
You have to think like he did have, you know the stuff we were talking about earlier.
The genital fusion.
You know the stuff. Now he had that congenital fusion and everything, right? So that's like the big thing. That's the one that worries people. You have to remember he missed last year because he broke his foot. That could happen to anybody, So, I mean, I'm just going to say that, yeah, I think he can stay healthy, and I think he's going to have a really good season. I think he's going to make the squad. I think he's going to contribute, and I think he's going to make some highlight plays.
Yeah, I totally agree with that.
That's where I'm at, baby.
I want to show you guys more pictures from the crew event.
Real quick, before we look at some more pictures, there's still over 200 of you here. We appreciate you guys. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Thanks for joining us. We are going to talk more about the matchup, the preseason matchup with the Cardinals here in just a little bit. But if you haven't yet, hit that subscribe button. Be a part of the ACU crew. We got awesome people in the chat. We're trying to get to 20,000 subscribers before the end of the season. That's kind of a goal that the ACU crew set for us, and we're on board with it. And we're gonna conquer that, Mike. We're gonna conquer it. And you guys gotta hit that sub button for us. So also, if you guys haven't yet, hit the like button. It'll help us get out to more Chiefs fans. So please do that as well. Mike, let's take a look at some pictures.
Yeah, let's do it. Somebody sent this one into us. Not for sure who it was. I can't remember, but this was the back room we were all in, and you can see pretty good turnout actually. I think
that's not everybody. That's not everybody.
That wasn't
at all.
everybody. There's a couple people that come in late. A couple people come in midway. I think we had probably close to 50. It was close to 50 total. Once it was all said and done at the end of the night. But yeah, that was a nice little room they had for us. I'm pretty sure through those sliding barn doors back there was supposed to be the private room we were in.
Probably.
That we got completely just kicked out of, by the way. Here's a picture of me and Steve with Haley. By the way, you can see she's holding the all chiefed up poster. So everybody that came to the event got one of these posters. It was also all signed by all of us. Lance, Haley, me, Steve, whoever. So if you came to the event, you got a poster. By the way, we've got about 40 of these left over. So we may start putting them on the store or something. Or maybe you guys can just like message us and, we'll put them up for buy or something like.
Right.
Not a lot. Just enough.
We'll figure something out to do with those.
Yeah. But yeah, they're pretty cool. 11 by 17. You can frame them. You can't see it in the picture here, Steve, but the artist digitally on the left.
Love it.
People loved this at the event. They were calling it out. If you can't see it, but if you look right around the ring of honor, right above our little Funko Pop heads, our names are on there with Andy Reid and stuff. Haley, Lance, they were like, nay, you didn't put us on the ring of honor. And I said, because you're not part of the show, I didn't want to offend you. But by the way, back to the graphic designer, he wrote the 100-yard line, the 90-yard line, and the 80-yard line.
The best part about this is Mike knew this, and he still told them to go ahead and print it because he thought it was funny. And and then he was like, I wonder if anyone will even catch it, right?
Yes. So they said I had the option to do it, and I needed to order it. And I was like, well, I don't know how long he's going to take to redo this. I'll just keep it on there, and we'll do it as kind of like a fun thing and see if anybody notices.
A little Easter egg.
The crew caught the Easter egg in about 12 seconds.
Can't get nothing past these people, Mike.
No.
You ain't getting nothing past the ACU crew.
Yeah, they were on it, my man. Let's see. Here's a picture with me, Steve, Lance, Haley. I'm trying to get more pictures of everybody else that sent them. I want to go grab those for you, but these are just the ones I had. Lance, man, rocking the Pulp Fiction. It was good to hang out with Lance for the first. This is the first time we got to meet Lance and Haley ourselves.
Yeah,
We do everything through the internet, man. It's kind of strange, isn't it, Steve?
Yeah, it's weird, but it's cool though because like we work with those people, so it was like we knew them already. Like I think Lance even said he was like it felt like I was hanging out with old high school friends, even though I've never met any of you all before.
Right,
and that's kind of what it felt like.
This one's a little blurry. It got lost in translation through a little bit of
Jay Kelsey
download.
In the front.
But Jay Kelsey, you guys remember him from the chat. Jay Kelsey, Our boy Jay, he drove all the way from Iowa, guys.
That's nuts,
How
man.
sick is that?
It was
Jay
really cool to
Kelsey,
meet him, though. It was really cool to meet everybody. I
him and
thought you
his,
guys were awesome.
His girlfriend or his wife, one, I don't want to get it wrong, so I'm just going to say girlfriend or significant other, drove from Iowa to come meet us. That was awesome. Jay, thanks for showing up. That's pretty awesome, man, for real.
Yeah, it was really cool.
we had a really good time. And then I got another one here of the man, the myth, the legend, the Brian Parrott. Brian Parrott here rocking it with us. And he's wearing the all chiefed up shirt he won.
Is Brian wearing Brian's wearing the New Balances. I bet he can grill really well.
Oh, no doubt. That's the same shoes our dad wears when he goes to the grill.
Everyone's dad wears those shoes when they go to the grill.
And yes. And
are you even grilling out, dude, if you're not wearing those shoes?
Can you even smoke meat without wearing those shoes? No.
They're New Balances, right? They are the New Balances.
Yes. And Brian Parrott was awesome, by the way.
Yeah.
Hey,
awesome. This is awesome meeting you, man.
Look, Cole done kicked Brian Parrott out of his chat. But look, we're not booting Brian Parrott. Brian Parrott's a good guy. He come out, he hung out with us. Brian Parrott knows his stuff. So he's in, and he won't be booted unless he says something vulgar to us. No, I'm just kidding, Brian. And then
he would never. I don't
know if Don't Run is in here tonight, but JT, we got a picture with him.
Yep.
Here he goes. JT, baby.
Yeah, he was awesome as well.
Very awesome dude. Don't Run, awesome dude. He was giving us tips on what we should do on Twitter, different things.
He was having a good time.
Dude, he was having a good time. He tried to get us all drunk. We had to refuse him a few times, and he said the party stunk. But he did say if he comes through Kentucky, he's going to look us up. And if anybody comes through Kentucky, give us a shout, man. If we're anywhere near you, we'll meet up. We'll have some food or something.
Yeah.
The ACU crew travels, and if you travel our way, we'll hang out with you, man. We don't care. Here's a picture of me and Haley signing these bad boys. We were trying to get our markers to work. Here's the picture of us trying to get the markers out of the box. Me and Haley, not the two brightest.
That's something to document right there, right? Like, this is when we took the markers out of the box.
Well, the picture was taken because me and Haley were so dumb that we couldn't figure out how to make the markers work. So we're just looking at them. Look at us. We're just like, look at it. It's just.
Would you look at that?
That's what
just
we were
look
doing.
at it.
He said, would you look at it? And like I was looking at it. She was looking at it. We couldn't figure it out. But we finally got it.
It took both of your all's brains to figure out how to make a marker right.
Right. It was a good, fun time. And by the way, we checked out Barbossa's. And you guys told us to go check out Barbossa's.
I believe it was Gary Holland that told us to check out Barbossa's originally.
Dude, it was sick, by the way. And they're giving these away. And I entered to win them. So I might be back in Kansas City if they draw my name, by the way. Because I want one of those Burrowhead My Ass baseball bats.
Yeah, those are sweet.
I want that. I want it on my wall. I want to go find Bengals fans, threaten them with it. No, I won't do that. But
no, it was a good food though. It was a little more Tex-Mexy than like my favorite style of Mexican food, but it was really good. It was good.
Right. And then the last picture we got that was sent in, not sent in. We've already shown all the ones that are sent in, but we do have one more from the restaurant. This was me. Steve took this shot. We were having lunch. Me and the lady.
What was that weird little place we stopped at?
Brian Parrott knew it. It was
Good Old Times or Good Times or something like that.
Something. New Baden, St. Louis.
St. Louis, Illinois, you mean?
Yeah. I meant to say it was about 20 or 30 minutes outside of St. Louis. But yeah, we had a little lunch there. It was wild. We got some chicken Phillies. It wasn't too bad.
Everyone thought we were weird.
Yeah, they just kept looking at us. We had to get out of New Baden. New Baden felt like a place we were going to get attacked. And I don't know if it's because we were wearing Chiefs gear and they didn't like it or what. Jack Cox asked, which wide receiver, Steve, has the best chance to have a 1,000-yard season this year? I'm going to piss everyone off and say MVS.
MVS, yeah. I want to say Skyy Moore, but honestly, I think MVS, man. I don't know.
Kadarius Toney. Are we forgetting about him? Or
yes, we are forgetting about Kadarius Toney. If he's
healthy,
though, you got to go with KT. If he's healthy. So let's put it that way. If Kadarius Toney plays more than 12 games, 13 games, I give it to him. If not, MVS, borderline Skyy Moore.
Oh yeah.
Is that too much? Did I guess too many people?
No.
I hope it made sense.
Sorry I'm late, says Josh. Josh.
Better late than never, baby.
Brother. Thanks for being here. Flapjack City says Casey 17-0, calling it now. Flapjack, you think we're going to shut out Arizona? Dude, if you guys seen the clip of Arizona's practice, though, the other day, I couldn't help but laugh. I was rolling.
Is that where
day.
they it just looked so bad and they threw the ball and hit the dude in the head or something?
Dude, they are the worst team I've ever seen in my life.
Bad news
Yeah,
Bears.
that's exactly what that was. Like, they're so bad, man. It was so horrible.
It's pathetic. This is
was
what
ridiculous.
That is. Well, I mean, if you're a franchise that's going to draft a third grader to be your franchise quarterback, then you deserve everything that you get. Hey, everybody, take a second. Hit that like button. We're closing in on 200. So let's get there.
Let's get it, shall we?
Let's get it.
Let's get it. Okay, let's see. Let's get back to the chat, baby. Steve, by the way, how did you like Zarda's burnt ends? Did you try the burnt ends? No, you didn't, did you? Did you still want to mine?
I think I stole one of yours or Haley's or Land's. I don't know. I stole someone's.
Did you like it? Like, where do they rank on your burnt end?
Well, here's my thing with Zarda. Like, everybody talks trash on Zarda. They're like, oh, it's like the McDonald's of KC barbecue. Like, it's like, blah. It's like, I understand the sentiment. I get where you're coming from with that. But if you get, their food's great. Like, I'm just going to say that. Like, if you get, I get the little knockoff Z-Man. It's the average Joe. It's just a brisket sandwich with
the pretty good, man.
With the cheese and the onion ring. Excellent. They have good food. They're really good. Cheesy corn's good. I like Zarda. And it's no secret. I think Zarda's ghost sauce is the best sauce in Kansas City. And I might get the, pitchfork for that one, but it's my favorite.
Right. Yeah. Cobra Kai says 215 watching, 147 likes. Let's hit 200. We're right now at 178 likes, 218 watching. So we're holding. I tell you, Steve, we're actually talking about doing something different with the Saturday tailgates. We were thinking about moving them up just a little earlier. So you guys let us know. Steve, do you want to end the poll and ask the people if they think we should move the tailgates up a little
forever
earlier?
ago.
Okay. Do you guys think we should move the tailgates up just a little earlier on Saturdays? Just, because we don't want to be super late. You guys might have to get to the game so you can tailgate for real. So we're thinking about moving it up a little bit earlier, but we didn't want to get in the way of the college football season because we know people like to watch that too. So it's not like
what time?
Not like 3 p.m. or nothing, but I was thinking something closer to 6 or 7, maybe 7. That would be 6, maybe 8. 7 time KC. I think that might be better.
Did you say 7 time K? What does that even mean?
I don't know. Just put 6 Central, 7 Central, 8 Central, and let them vote on which one they would like to have for the Saturday night tailgates going forward. By the way, anytime the Chiefs have a game, if it's a Thursday night game, our tailgate that week's going to be Wednesday night. Sorry about their luck. It's going to be a Wednesday night tailgate. The way it is. Why in God's name did that just do that?
What?
I was just watching our people and 70 just jumped off. I'm sorry I talked about the game. Okay,
yeah, no.
I think it's glitching. It's glitching.
Yeah, no, I did it earlier, dude. Remember, I was like, dude, 100
yeah, but it's glitching
because
it jumped straight back to 177 instantly. So I know there's not 60 people just logging off and on. Really
all right,
quick.
Yeah, I got the poll up. I just put on there, should it be a little earlier, 6, 7, 8, or no, keep it late. So y'all vote on that. Let us know what you guys like because we want to do whatever works for you guys. That's the main goal. I just felt like sometimes they ran a little late and everybody was getting off and going to bed, and it is what it is.
Yeah, for sure. Let me see. Let's get back in here. Let's talk to some people. Ray says, "What's up with rocking the Faders colors today on Red Friday?"
Work.
Steve said work. I say I just never take off my black hat. It's my favorite one.
KC, though.
I don't know. I just wear black a lot.
I can't find the Amish talent for Nike if I'm not wearing my Nike gear.
Right. I just go ham. What is going on tonight? Just the most random stuff.
What happened now?
How are we over 300 likes all of a sudden? Did everybody in here just decide to hit the like button? Dude, we have to be glitching out. There's nothing else. There's no other explanations here. On our end, it just keeps diving off 50 people at a time and then diving back up. And then the likes go up big chunks and it's still going. We're at 313. I don't know. Maybe we're getting passerbys. I don't know. Who knows? Hey, I'll welcome anybody in. Congrats for being here. And if you're new to the channel, hit that sub button if you like the Chiefs. We're hanging out on a Friday night tonight. Tailgating, baby.
Yep. Hey, let's get back to the game just a little bit.
Let's do it. What do you want to get back to?
All right, we talked about the wide receivers. And we talked about Deneric Prince needing to have a good game.
Yeah.
Take out Justyn Ross. Take out Deneric Prince. We already talked about how Khalif Hallisey had to stack games. Who's a player that we haven't talked about yet that you think really needs to have a good game?
I'm going to go defensive line. I just think the defensive line in general has to look good. We're still not set with defensive ends. Chris Jones is not back yet. I still think he's gonna be back soon. He knows he has to play, so he's gonna be back soon. But is Daniel Weiss gonna be able to come to get a roster spot? Like, I think he's got to play a little bit better if he wants to make the team.
I don't think he will.
Right, I don't see it.
But, hey, Joe Cullen wasn't too happy with him when we were at camp, by the way.
People have said it though. I mean, so it's possible. You've got George. I was thinking about this today, man. It was a glorious day outside, right? The sun was shining. It was like 70 degrees, no humidity. That's rare in Kentucky, especially in the middle of August, by the way. So I go taking a walk today, and I'm like, people saying that we need to get rid of Chris Jones. I don't understand that because he is a top 10 defensive. He's a top 10 NFL player. He was number 10.
Yeah.
So here's my thing. I started thinking, and I was like, so Chris Jones is a top 10 NFL player, which means he's definite. We know he's the first or second best defensive tackle. What's Nick Bolton? I would say Nick Bolton could be arguably a top 10 linebacker in this league.
Oh, easily. That's not arguable.
Well, okay, I'll give
I think it's a fact. I think that's a fact.
Okay, so top 10. So we've got a top 2 defensive tackle and a top 10 linebacker. Outside of them, L'Jarius Sneed could probably be top 5 to 10. Somebody the other day, an analyst said he was top 5.
I don't know if I would give him top 5, but I think he's definitely a top 10.
But I think he's top 5 to 10. So you've got 2 top 10 players. You've got a top 2 player at their position. Outside of that, we don't have nobody else that's top 10 at their position.
Except
I think McDuffie could get
Kelsey.
close.
You're talking about defense.
I'm just talking about the defense.
Strictly defense. Gotcha.
Right, strictly defense.
McDuffie's going to be. McDuffie will be.
But he's not there this year.
You don't think he'll be top 10 this year? Because I kind of do.
Well, he's going to be borderline. He's not going to be better than top 10.
I think he's going to. I think he's going to be really good. Man, nah.
Okay, but here we go. I'm just trying to say this: we're solid as a defense. We're solid, but we're not like extraordinary to where you can pull off the second best player at his position, a top 10 player in the NFL, and think that we're solid.
I don't think this should even be a discussion.
Because look, Justin Reed, he's not a top 10 safety in this league. He's not played like it.
I do not think that this should be a discussion. I firmly believe that if you think that this defense would not take a huge nosedive without Chris Jones, that you don't know anything about football. Like, you don't know how it works. You don't know how much one thing can affect the other. Like Chris Jones, if you take Chris Jones off this defense, exactly, it's a domino effect of trash. Because guess what? You don't have that pressure on the quarterback. You don't have him eating up 2-3 people at a time.
Well, look at our defensive line. Is there anybody else on our defensive line that you could call even top 15 at their position?
No. And here's the thing.
Sorry for the Karlaftis lovers, by the way.
Would Nick Bolton, would Willie Gay, even Drew Tranquil this year, are any of them going to be worth a squat? Like, yes, they're still going to be good, but are they going to be what you think they are without Chris Jones?
I don't know.
Okay, and then you got a bunch of really young corners, and we love our young corners. Love them. I love them so much, I don't think we need L'Jarius Sneed. If you said we didn't need L'Jarius Sneed, I can go with that. But you need Chris Jones. Because without Chris Jones pressure,
if you take
these guys got to cover for way longer than what they normally would.
If you take Chris Jones off the defensive line, so if you just look at our defensive tackles without Chris Jones, they're nowhere near a top 10 group in the NFL. They're probably not even top 20. They're not. Look at our defensive ends. That's the weak point. You got Omenihu, who's only got 12 sacks in his entire 5-year career. George Karlaftis, who I love George Karlaftis, but he's not even in the top 5 pass rushers in our conference, maybe. You know what I'm saying? Like, not saying he's not bad, but I just don't get it. I just don't feel like there's a lot. As a group, they're all great as a group, but they complement each other in a way to where, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like if you pull one chink in it, it's going to be a fall.
Here's somebody. Flapjack City says definitely trade Chris Jones.
He's trolling.
And then on down just a little bit more, he actually said trade for the future. Okay. Why? Why are you so worried about the future and not the now? Because now we are in the middle of a dynasty. Now we are in Patrick Mahomes' prime. Now is the time. Not 5 years from now. Like we have to that's the thing with a dynasty. It's always about now. Yeah, you got to think about the future. But what good is the future if you're you're sacrificing right now when you're the best?
Because Mahomes' prime don't last forever. And then once Mahomes gone, you turn into the Patriots.
That's my point. You're going to end up with a Mac Jones or something, trying to figure it out all over again.
And what were they doing?
You know?
They were pushing to the future over and over and over again. And then when Brady left, the future went with him.
Right.
So we got to take advantage of these. We've got about a good 10 solid years here where we definitely need to.
We got to get as many Lombardis as we can get in the next 5 to 10 years.
And I think having Chris Jones for the next 4 to 5 of them locked up pretty good is a very big step in doing that.
Yeah,
but,
for sure.
You know, Steve, it's tough to talk, because I get it. People have different ideas and stuff. I really get it. But to me, it's just, I don't
Jan gets it. What's up, Jan? Very nice to meet you the other night. It was awesome to finally meet you. Jan's been supporting the channel since 100.
She brought her family with her, by the way. Beautiful family.
Yeah, they're awesome. They were all awesome. And Jan has been supporting us since 100 subscribers. So Jan is a real one. She's an OG. But she says, absolutely, we need Chris. Just the fact that he consistently pulls double or triple coverage. Yeah, he gets the double and triple teams, right? Like they have to game plan for him. Defensive coordinators have to game plan for Chris Jones. If you go into a matchup knowing that there's no one on the defensive line that you even need to double team, that's a problem. And right now, that's where we would be at without Chris Jones on the roster. So, yeah, good point, Jan.
Yeah, I think that's a great point. We got Gil with a 20 bomb, baby.
Gil,
he says keep it late. He's saying keep it late. Does Gil's vote now become more important because he's dropped a 20 bomb in here? I think Gil gets at least.
I would have to say so. I would have to say so. I mean, Gil's been going ham in the last few, right? We appreciate you, Gil. Thanks for the support, my man. Means a lot to us, for sure. And yeah, I mean, maybe we have to weight it just a little bit more towards Gil now.
Right.
Hey,
I see you.
He knows how to get things done, baby. Gil's like, I'll show them. Screw your poll. Screw your poll. Here.
Yeah, I get Flapjack saying, look at the Rams now. They don't have nothing. It's all Aaron Donald, nobody else.
It's different.
That's not Aaron Donald's fault.
Hold on. I've been wanting to talk about this. I'm so glad that he said this. So thanks, Flapjack. Thanks, Flapjack. This is something I almost talked about in the podcast.
Drop some legendaries for Gil, by the way.
Oh, absolutely. Everybody spam the chat with legendaries for Gil.
He's a legend.
This is something I was kind of wanting to talk about, Mike. I almost brought this up in the podcast that we released today. But a lot of people keep comparing it to that. They're like, oh, well, look at what happened to the Rams when they paid Aaron Donald.
Yeah.
Guys,
just look at
do you all not remember that the Rams didn't just pay Aaron Donald, that they went out and put together a super team? They were signing everybody they could get their hands on. It wasn't just about Aaron Donald. It was about Jalen Ramsey. It was about they had to keep Cooper Kupp there. They had to go get Matthew Stafford. Who else? It just kept going. It kept going. It was one player after another, after another. What's his name? Why am I can't think of his name. The defensive end or the outside linebacker.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Good Lord. Look.
Von Miller.
I'm going to bring up the roster for you.
Do they have Von Miller?
They had Von Miller.
Right, yeah. See, they were paying everybody. Like, it wasn't because they paid Aaron Donald. It's because they went crazy and built a super team for 1 year. And, of course, they like John Dorsey did, right? They did not care about the salary cap. Let's just try to go all in for 1 year. And it worked for them for 1 year, and it worked for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers for a year. But then guess what? They fall apart after that. The Chiefs are not doing that. Just by extending Chris Jones, you're not doing that. You're like keeping an anchor. Like, they're not going out and just getting everybody they can get, or else they would have went out and tried to offer D-Hop a bunch of money. They would have tried to get Odell Beckham Jr. That's another guy that the Rams went and paid. OBJ. Yeah. It was like, it wasn't just Aaron Donald. So I hate that argument because it wasn't
Right.
about them
Well,
paying
like
him
you
a lot of
said,
money. It was about all of
they
that.
paid a bunch of people to try to build a super team.
Right,
The Chiefs
and it
aren't
worked.
going. We're not being desperate paying everybody
Right.
on the free agent market. Like we're building it from the ground up, like the Patriots did do it.
Right.
So you just cannot compare the two because we've always said I feel like the Eagles are going to fall into that pretty soon because they've tried to do this over the past few years.
I feel like the Eagles are definitely
Miami's doing it.
Yep.
The Chiefs are nowhere. They're not doing it the same way Miami and the Rams. Those are bad comparisons. 10 bomb from Chiefs. 80 Chiefs fan.
What's up, my man?
I'll get it right in a second.
Appreciate you,
Chiefs fans. I went to a darkness retreat to gain some understanding on the CJ contract. All I received was eye sensitivity to light. Dude,
is that why I have eyes? Is that why I have eye sensitivity to light? Because I'm just like not outside enough.
Hey, look, legendaries in the chat for HD Chiefs
Absolutely.
fans. Drop them a catch
Appreciate that. Appreciate the 10, my man.
HD Chiefs fan, you're the man. Legendary. Speaking of Darkness Retreat, I started watching Hard Knocks.
Oh, Bobby Wagner. That was another one they signed. Good call, guys.
Right. I started watching the Jets Hard Knocks. And if anybody's watched this yet, I'm having a good time watching the Jets. These guys are hilarious. Like, Aaron Rodgers is funny. Like, everybody that says Aaron Rodgers is a stick in the mud, that dude cracks me up. Like,
yeah, he's pretty crazy. He's pretty crazy.
He's absurd. I could totally see him on a Darkness Retreat, by the way. He makes fun of himself about his Darkness Retreat. But, dude, for like the first 20 minutes, it's nothing but like an Aaron Rodgers love fest. Like,
really?
You should see the guys, the coaches, the players, everybody's like, oh my God, Aaron's so different. Like, they're looking at Zach Wilson and being like, isn't it nice to have a quarterback here that don't suck? And I'm like, you just said that to Zach Wilson's face, bro. It's hilarious. But I'm having a good time. I saw Miko, he was on there. He was, they brought in a mentalist to do some tricks for him, where he could read their minds, and he got Miko Hardman. Miko said it was going to be the Jets versus the 49ers in the Super Bowl, and they were going to beat them 31-21. And the mentalist actually guessed exactly what he said he was going to say.
Sounds rigged. Rigged.
Not rigged. The mentalist must be amazing because the Jets, I mean, 31-21, who's guessing that?
Hey, Brian Parrott says, I locked the hat in the hotel safe so he couldn't steal it. Funny story about that, Brian. He's talking about my white Chiefs hat that my pops gave me. I think it's from the 90s, but it's a Reebok hat, still had the tag on it and everything, and he had never worn it, and he gave it to me. And everybody tries to steal it when they see it. It just happens. And he said he was going to steal it. And I remember I made a comment to Mike before we were leaving the Airbnb. Actually, I was like, I'm going to wear this hat right here because I'm not going to wear this one just because they all want to steal it. Like, said it as a joke, but then I didn't wear it. So funny story.
Yeah.
Javi with the 5 bomb. Appreciate you, Javier. Boom. Boom.
Short and sweet.
Hey, we appreciate that, my man. Thanks for the support. Maybe that's what we should do with the posters from now on. Maybe if you do a $5 plus or a $10 plus, super chat, then you just send your address and we'll ship you out a poster, a signed poster.
That's a good idea.
Maybe we can do that.
Supplies are limited.
Yeah.
Hey, we can always go back and order more, though, I tell you.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. That's a pretty good idea.
Just a thought.
Just a thought, says Steve. Steve don't have many thoughts, so it's
whatever.
Good he's thinking.
Actually, I don't. I feel like I'm always wiped out, man. Head always hurts.
Lewis says, have y'all seen what the Jets fans are saying? They're saying they're far more talented than the Chiefs and are Super Bowl contenders.
They are very loaded with a lot of talent.
Yeah, like they're kind of doing the build a super team thing.
Yeah,
and they were able to pay Quinnen Williams.
That's exactly what they're doing.
And by the way, Quinnen Williams, that defense is the heart of the Jets. I think their defense might be better than their offense. So,
I'm not sold on the Jets yet. I think they got a lot of good pieces, but you just took a bunch of random guys and thrown them together right now. We got to see how they gel. We got to see how long it takes to get it together. Let's just see. I mean, they're not in an easy division. They got to deal with Buffalo. They got to deal with Miami. We'll see how it goes. I'm just not all in on that yet. As of right now, I think saying that they're far more talented than the Chiefs, you could argue that they have like these high-name, high-profile players. But as far as more talent, no.
Right. Like, you can have Dalvin Cook. Sign Dalvin Cook.
There's no other team in the league that should be trying to compare themselves or saying they're better than the Chiefs because the Chiefs are the reigning champs, and I think they actually improved in the offseason. We'll see that.
For sure. Kyrie says, I wish I could have made it to the Crew and Chew, but way too far out from New York.
Yeah.
That's cool, man.
Hey,
Yeah.
like Mike was saying, maybe when we go to different areas, we can always like do something. If we're ever out that way or whatever, we'll try to do some other fun things though.
Yeah, it would be kind of cool. It'd be awesome if we could follow the Chiefs on away games and just go watch the away game at the away stadium and meet up with the Crew in that city. That'd be pretty sick.
Yeah, that would be cool.
I just don't know if you'd be able to pull people in.
Could you? Yeah, I mean, I feel like Chiefs Kingdom spread so far, right? Like, I feel like even the ACU Crew, like, we represent from all over the world. Like, right. we've had people from Argentina in here.
We got Ellery in here right now. So Chiefs fans are my tribe.
Heck yeah, baby.
Not seen Ellery in the chat before. Ellery, are you new to the channel? Hit that sub button. Let us know where you're from, by the way. Are you from KC? Where are you from? We're talking about different places where Chiefs Kingdom is from. Ellery. I'm going to guess Ellery, Steve. I'm going to guess Ellery's from Texas. Where do you guess Ellery's from?
Let me guess. I would say I'm going to go Wisconsin. Wisconsin
for Ellery. I don't know, man. I don't know. J-Mac said he's a KC fan from California. J-Mac.
Heck yeah, man. It's far and wide. Chiefs Kingdom's far and wide, and ACU Crew's far and wide.
Are you North California, Southern Cal? That's like two different planets. I mean, it really is. Same taxes, two different planets. Josh Zimbauer says, I can be in Baltimore or Pittsburgh in 2.5 to 3 hours. Dude, funny story. We went to Pittsburgh one time. We played in a band, and our dad was like, don't do it. And we were like, no, we're going to go, man. And we bought a crappy van. It sucked. I don't know how it got there. Matter of fact, on the drive, our lights went out. And we had to drive in the dark and then put them in the next day because I think like the alternator went out or something.
No, but it was a wire. Short, it was just a wire.
They didn't pay us, and we ended up getting paid with pretzels. And they were warm pretzels, but they
we didn't get paid with pretzels. They did not pay us. Packed show. All kinds of people there. And then they decided not to pay us what they were supposed to. So Mike, being Mike, literally walks back into their bar area and just starts taking things. Like, well, if you're not going to pay us, we're going to take this. And we're going to take this. We're going to take this. So we get out to the van and we have like these pizza, pretzels, all kinds of random stuff. Mike just like took his payment.
So long story short, I was arrested for armed robbery. No, they didn't care. They were like, well, whatever, we're just throwing them away anyway. And I was like, well, they suck.
Oh, this is not real.
Zachary.
Yeah,
man. We don't look
we
alike.
Are.
I mean, I don't. A lot of people don't think we look alike, Steve.
No, we actually worked with a lady, and we both worked there. This was when we were younger. We worked at a Taco Bell. That's probably late teens.
Yeah. High school jobs. Right.
Yeah. So we were working, and we worked there for a while. I think we'd been working there for like 9 months with this, and the same woman that we'd worked with the whole time randomly found out we were brothers and was just like mortified that she had no idea we were brothers for the entire time. So yeah, it happens.
It does. It happens, man. People don't get it. They think we're just a bunch of chooches. Somebody asked us what a chooch is. Who asked us that the other day? Because we called them a chooch, and they were like, what's a chooch?
Lance and Haley.
Yeah. And I was like, a chooch is just like a slang term, like an Italian term for like jackass or an idiot. So, yeah, me and Steve will call each other chooches. We'll call Cole a chooch every once in a while. We'll call Haley a chooch. I call my own dad a chooch. I'll be like, what's up, chooch?
Hey, Zach, that's awesome. We appreciate you being a subscriber, though. That's awesome. But, yeah, we're brothers. Hope it don't change your mind about us.
Oh, yeah, he's probably he's getting out of here.
I don't like them anymore. They're stupid brothers.
Hey, we got Cobra Kai with a tie.
Cobra Kai, baby. Appreciate you, my man.
We're a rewarding family here, and we like hitting goals. 322 likes in the chat is a new milestone.
Heck yeah. Yeah.
Heck yeah. We're at 324 right now.
That's the most we've ever had.
We reward for likes. Welcome to the 5 new members. Can't do it without your support.
Yeah. Hey, Ty, with the 5 gifted on top of the 10 bomb and everything else he's freaking done. Cobra Kai Ty has been supporting the channel heavily for a while now, and much appreciated, my man. It does mean a lot to us.
For sure.
It was awesome actually getting to meet you and your son. That was really cool. So That's the main thing I liked about the whole Chew with the Crew event was just finally meeting people that's like helped us along the way.
Right.
You know,
Putting
it
some
was awesome.
faces
It was awesome.
with the names too.
Hey, legendaries and ketchups and nukes and everything else in the chat for Cobra Kai Ty right now. We appreciate you, buddy.
Put everything in the chat for Ty. He can even have a no binkies, no binkies.
No binkies for Ty. No,
I
no,
give him
no.
some
Nay,
binkies.
nay.
Ty, I give you
Nay,
some
nay.
binkies.
No binkies.
No, it was fun though. We actually talked to Cobra Kai Ty's son. He was sitting in the car when we were out there talking at Zarda, and I went back to the car to put the cereal in there. And I was asking him about it. I was like, "You gonna drive your dad home so he ain't gotta drive?" He's like, "No, man, I don't have my license."
Oh, really? I thought he was old enough.
Or maybe he said he had them, but he just didn't drive. I don't know. There was something, but he wasn't going to drive. So I put his barbecue in there for him, and he come up and talked to us after that.
Hey, Kathy
So,
Welch,
sweet.
welcome to the channel. Appreciate you. Thanks for the kind words. Also, Jeremiah, appreciate it, my man. Yeah,
Jan.
I mean, Jan
with
the 20
bomb super sticker.
Jan, you're awesome.
With a like blonde-haired, alien-looking person.
I want to look at it. Let me go look.
That the hair goes to a heart, and I love it. Jan was great. Her and her family was great.
Yeah.
Dude, everybody was there. We had, I think Casey even wrote in, and I'm pretty sure because I don't know another Casey in the chat, unless I'm not thinking correctly. But I think it's Casey Zombie Mowers.
Maybe.
He never said his username. I don't think.
Stephen Beal showed up.
Stephen Beal was out there.
There was a lot. There was a lot. It's hard for me to remember.
Wanted to catch up with Stephen James. Steve-O wrote us and said that something come up, he couldn't be there.
Yeah, that did suck.
That was kind of a bummer. Brian Parrott was awesome. Brian Parrott brought his wife with him. They were awesome. Jay Kelsey and his significant other. We had a few others. I can't think off the top of my head.
There was
Who was the young guy that brought his girlfriend?
Shane Boring. Yeah, he was awesome. Yes. They drove all the way from Branson back to the. That was awesome.
That is awesome. By the way.
So cool.
Branson. We had people from Iowa.
Yeah. No, but sick. Yeah, like I was talking about, I was bragging about Jan earlier. She's been supporting us since 100 subs, and it was awesome to meet her and her family, and they were really great people. Like everybody was great. That's the crazy thing about it. Like you don't really know what to expect in that situation. Like if you look at it from me and Mike's perspective, it was like, man, how's this going to go? Like, how's this going to go? Because like we know you guys from the chat and everything, but how's it going to go? Like, what's it going to be like? Everybody was great. Everybody was awesome, and it was cool. But hey, like to chat up for Jan for being awesome and always supporting. Put a bunch of legendaries in the chat for Jan.
Oh yeah, I give Jan a little bit of a. I'm gonna give Jan a little bit of this. You ready? Boom shakalaka. That's what she got.
What you got to dunk on Jan for?
I'm not dunking on Jan. We're dunking on everybody, baby.
Hey.
Brian Parrott said Shane was actually from Harrisonville.
No, yeah, but he drove in from Branson.
Right,
he was on
vacation. Coming back
from
Branson.
Yeah.
Dude, he cut his vacation short?
Yeah. Isn't that crazy?
No, he didn't cut it short, right?
Hey, I want to go back. I got to give Jan one more thing.
They call me El Travador.
Travador. Yeah. Steve, I wanted to get El Travador at practice. I wanted to get him on film. And I was going to be like, El Travador, tell everybody to watch All Chiefed Up. And I think he would have done it. But that sucker went and signed at the other end of the field, Steve. That's what he did. And did you see Travis walking back? He had the old 80-year-old man limp walk. Like,
dude, he was barely moving.
It took him an hour and a half to walk 40 yards.
Trav's almost 34, right?
It kind of scared me a little bit. I'm like, dude, this may be one of the last few times we ever see Trav at camp. And that's going to be the end of an era because Kelsey has been probably
Kelsey's
if not my most favorite player to ever play with the Chiefs, man.
Yeah, he's got to be in the conversation, right?
When he retires, you know what I'm going to do, man? If Kels gets us another Super Bowl and he retires, I'm going to get a tattoo of El Travador. And
Kelsey's awesome.
And I'm going to get him to sign it, and then I'm going to go get the signature tatted below it. That's my promise to El Travador.
El Travador.
Because I love Travis Kelsey. Dude, we got to get on new heights. Can we make this happen? Can the brothers hook up with the brothers?
Brothers versus brothers. We should have like a show where we do contests where we see which brothers know the other brothers best.
Oh, would we win?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I don't even know. Throw some questions in the chat. everybody throw some questions in the chat.
Are you
and
preparing for
Me
it?
and Steve will try to guess to see if we could beat the Kelseys.
I could definitely. We'd definitely beat them.
That's
be
funny.
nice.
Brian Parrott says the town I live in is famous for 2 gas stations and a dollar store. Dude, that is everywhere in Kentucky. If you go out,
it don't matter. Even when you're in like bigger towns in Kentucky, there's $1 million generals.
the middle of a cornfield, and then boom, dollar store, a Dollar General right there. It's amazing their marketing team, by the way. Oh yeah, ACU versus Kels. That's what's up, man.
That would be nice. That would be a fun thing to do.
I feel like if you got me and you and Travis and Jason in a room,
It'd be a riot.
Dude, I feel like we all share pretty much the same. By the way, me and Steve has baby pictures. Steve popped it up, and Kelsey looks like he was a third Williams brother. Like,
yeah, it's weird. As kids, yes, for sure.
Dude, if I could find the picture one day, I'll throw it up. But dude, it's funny.
Here, I think I have it, Mike. I'll put it on, and
Throw
you
it
can
up.
go grab it.
I'll find the
I'll
Kelsey
see if I can
picture
figure it
too.
out. I'll see if I can figure it out. You continue with the chat, and I'll find this picture real quick.
Right. I will do that, my man. Oh, Andrew said we'd have lost because we didn't even know what position your bro played in football. I
He
did guess
knew.
defensive end, though.
He knew.
I guess defensive end. You know what? Steve didn't get to play a lot of football because he's constantly running around the thing from getting kicked out of games over and over again. So I just know that Steve had to run laps a lot. That was what he did.
No, I played.
Steve should have been on the track and field team, by the way.
It was funny
Steve,
because
you was a cross country guy. That's what you was ultimately.
I kept getting kicked out. Some people just deserve to be punched in the chin, bro.
Dude, a lot of them. One time, I'm going to tell a story. Why not? Steve's doing something. I'm going to tell a little story. We played football in high school. Right around our track, or right around our field was a track, right? Like,
Right.
so
Right.
I'm sure it's like that everywhere in America. There's a track and there's the stands. And anyways, we were all messing around before the game. And there was a guy named Matt Jarbo. And if you're watching Matt Jarbo about just the most random thing, bro, I hope you're doing well in life because I've not seen you since high school.
Are you going with the DDT?
Yeah. He was fighting somebody, and I don't remember who.
James
DDT'd.
Henshaw.
James Henshaw, another dude that still lives back.
Absolute
in Grayson County
beast
where we
at
grew up.
football, by the way.
Yeah, he played fullback
And
he was a
linebacker.
monster.
He was
He
both
was a
sides of the
linebacker.
ball. Yeah.
They were fighting one day outside. We were getting ready to weight lift, and we were all outside in our shorts and our shirts, and we were just outside goofing around, getting ready to run around the lap, the warm up lap.
Run
And
around the lap.
anyway, they get in this play fight, and he DDTs him like Jake
On the
Snake
concrete.
Roberts. On the concrete.
A real one.
And, dude, his head swole up, and I'm not even lying, dude. It was – put your hand out in front of your head like this, and that's how big of a knot he had.
It was scary.
It was really scary, by the way. And for the next 2 weeks, the fluid in his head had to make his way down his body. So he showed up to school 2 days later, and he had 2 black eyes. The next week, his nose. The next week, his lips. He looked like a Kardashian.
It was the craziest thing ever.
We were joking with him. We were like, bro, in 2 weeks, you're going to be pumped. Because it got down to his penile region. But, other than that.
He was going to be all horned up on the.
Yeah, he's going to be horned up. But it was just going to be all fluid. And I tell you, we never asked him how that went. But another story about Matt Jarbo, he worked at a Winn-Dixie, if you guys ever had those in your area. We used to go.
Rest in peace, Winn-Dixie.
Right. We used to go to his job, and we would take the carts in the parking lot and put them in the back of his truck while he was at work. And his boss always thought that he was doing
trying to
it.
steal the carts.
And he was trying to steal the carts, and we got him almost fired, basically. And we would basically put him in the truck and go sit on top of a hill and watch him come out and just freak out. We could hear him screaming, like, who's doing this?
There was a cemetery up on a hill right beside of it.
Dude.
We'd hide there and watch it happen. Him get yelled at by his boss.
If we had time to just tell you all stories from high school, you all think we were the dumbest people ever walked.
They already do.
Yeah. I mean, why not? It's insane. Kyrie says Mike should grow his hair out like Jason while Steve gets a Kelsey cut. Dude, my hair's long, by the way. I've got it in a bun. You can't really tell, but it goes down to about it's a little bit past my shoulders.
What is this Kelsey cut you signed me up for?
The El Travador, just Steve's got it. He's
bald.
got it. He's got the short cut.
Yeah.
Steve's kind of bald. I got the. You can't really see it. I can't really turn around and let you see it. But yeah, I've got pretty long hair.
I'm struggling getting this picture up. I'm kind of wishing I didn't do it now.
Where are you putting it on? You putting it on Mega for me?
I'm getting ready to upload it.
Okay, good deal. Let's get back to the chat here. Cole Keller made it in. He says, "Hey y'all."
What's up,
Hey,
Cole?
y'all.
Good
Hey,
to see you,
y'all.
man.
Hey, y'all. He's
Good to
like,
see you, Cole.
You know what I thought about when I read that? I thought about what's his name, Andre 3000,
Why?
because he said, "Hey."
Oh, hey, y'all.
Yeah, that's what I heard in my head. We probably got copyrighted for me trying to hum that song right there. Brian Parrott said Mike's got the bushwhacker mullet. I almost do, my man. I almost do.
Did the Bushwhackers have mullets? I thought they were bald.
The bushwhackers did. Are you thinking of the Nasty Boys? Oh boy, the Nasty Boys. Brad, we do have a Discord. It's been popping up in the chat all night long. It'll probably pop up if I just say the word Discord. Boom.
It's not very active. It's not very active at all. A whole lot of people, a lot of the crew don't really Discord a whole lot.
Look, Nightbot. He did it. He said, "Look, join us on Discord." Dang, Nightbot.
Hey, Mike, get that off the screen. I got something.
Okay, let's go.
Bing!
There it is. There it is.
Look at those cute children.
Look at those fine-looking gentlemen.
They will never grow up to be two ridiculous people.
Dude, did we ever look like
T-Bone, better late than never, buddy.
You think we were gonna grow up to be that like dumb? Like I never thought my life would turn out so horrible.
Do I even remotely look like I did as a child?
Your nose and everything kind of moved shape on you, didn't it?
Yeah, I had white hair.
You look like, I mean, you look just like Dexter, your boy. You look just like Maddie, to be honest.
I don't think I look like Dexter. I think Dexter looks like his Uncle Bob. Let's see. That's his mom's brother, by the way. We don't have a brother named Bob.
Bob.
All right. Yeah, okay. But yeah, I think we should definitely take on the Kelseys in some sort of a contest.
Now. I'm going to put the Kelsey picture up, and I'm going to put it up back to back. So let me get that uploaded for you really quick, and we'll throw it off. And I swear he's like a perfect combination of me and Steve both. If you could morph our faces in, it's pretty much what Kelsey looks like as a kid. So give me 1 second. I'll bring it up. It's downloading right this second. And I will throw it up back to back. And by the way, who doesn't love to see some nice
Kyrie, the 40s, bro. This is the 90s. You got to get it right. The 90s. The best decade
40s.
ever. The best decade of all time.
Bro.
If you didn't live through the 90s, then you ain't lived.
Dude, the 90s was awesome, by the way.
The best.
Okay, here we go.
The greatest.
Get a good look at those two fine-looking gentlemen. And then wait, because here comes El Travador as a child. He's coming as soon as it uploads.
I thought you had it.
El Travador.
It is kind of a mixture of us two, isn't it?
It really is. Like, look, I'll just pop them up side by side. Here we go. It's weird. It's really strange. But, dude, I tell you, how many people have we walked in, wearing Chiefs gear, and people will be like, Steve, you look like Travis Kelsey. Like, they'll mistake you for Kelsey sometimes. And I got that one time out of Qdoba. Of course, that was about 40 pounds ago, and, just like a little bit younger. I was
Some people, when
younger.
they just see tall white guy with a lot of Chief stuff
With
on,
Chiefs gear
that's what
on
they
it.
go to.
Yeah.
Beard.
But then he settled on I look like Aaron Rodgers, and I was like, okay, you're high. Like I had to.
We're
had to
done
get him
here.
drug
We're done
tested.
here.
Dude,
Hey.
but I tell you, look at Kels though.
And let's also look at Chief KT with a 2-bomb. We appreciate you.
Yeah, Chief KT.
Y'all put some legendaries in the chat for Chief KT. Bengals fans keep posting the AFC Championship game from 2 years ago because that's all they have.
Dude.
They've never won a ring. They've never done anything important in their lives. Nothing. But they won that one game that one time and then blew it in the Super Bowl
Right.
because they suck.
Well, did you on the live the other night again?
Hey, appreciate you, Chief KT.
Appreciate you. Everybody thought some legendaries for Chief KT. Mackenzie was on here the other day, and she said her sister thinks Joe Burrow's cute, and she don't even like football, but she cheers for the Bengals just in spite of her.
Yeah, that's a lot of Bengals fans.
And I said, that's a microcosm of the entire fan base. They don't know nothing about football, but they think Joe Burrow's cute. So they cheer for the Bengals. That's 99% of their fan base, by the way.
Yeah, for
It's
sure.
Perfect.
Night Hunter, I don't remember 2 minutes ago, so you'll have to refresh me if you're talking to me. It says yes, Steve, but there are certain criteria for it to happen.
Oh, I don't know.
Maybe
He did say this. 90s music outside grunge sucked balls. Man, 90s country, though. I mean, come on. That's the golden era for country music, if you're a country music fan.
90s pop music was no slouch.
That was Michael Jackson.
Right. And then, even like if you want to go pop rock, you had like Third Eye Blind and all those people, Semisonic. And
I think the 90s are a little bit underrated. You guys are selling it short.
Yeah, I think so. And even metal. Even 90s metal was good.
What year did Metallica release the Black Album, by the way? Wasn't that in the 90s? Early 90s? Or was it late 80s?
No, it was early 90s. And
I was thinking it was.
Yeah, there was some good music.
The biggest album of all time, isn't it? Got to be one of them.
Never
mind. Well, that would have been grunge, but still.
Right. Foo Fighters started. Hey, Cobra Kai with another freaking 10 bomb.
Cobra Kai, my boy.
You're the man. Boy. He said, would like to give a big shout out to my fellow mods for helping hold things down, keeping slap nuts out, and always recommending likes and subscribes. ACU crew, show some love for your moderators. Absolutely.
For sure.
And we want to thank you, moderators, because you guys do an awesome job. And I don't think I tell you enough, but I try to when I think about it. But you guys do an awesome job. Y'all make sure throw some legendaries in the chat for all of our mods. And we appreciate you, Cobra Kai Ty. You're the man, of course.
Sure.
Always supporting.
I threw him some pizza in the chat, baby.
Heck yeah. Pizza for Cobra Kai Ty.
Man, the mods, dude, our mods are good, by the way. You guys are a good group. A good group of mods.
Good. We have a good chat. Just our people are awesome.
We do.
Great community we've built up. And if you guys are new to the channel, we're not blowing smoke. We got an awesome community built up. These people are awesome. Don't be afraid to chat. If you're new here, hit that sub button, hang out with us more often. Heck, go join the ACU crew and become a member.
Kyrie said, be honest, were you guys afraid the world would crash when the year turned 2000?
No.
I never understood that.
No. My thing was like
the computers
in my
were
head,
supposed to just forget.
In my head, I'm like, computers didn't know what it was like in 1900. Like,
right, but
why would they go back to 1900? What does that mean?
Horses that we ride around?
Right. Like,
I didn't understand that.
I never bought into the Y2K hysteria.
Hey, was Y2K the first giant media trying to brainwash people into panic? Well, I think that was the first panic event.
And they continue to do it constantly, and
they
it'll
still
never
do
stop.
it. They've done it throughout time. We won't talk about everything they've done, but we know that it's every day. It's every day.
Hey, and the people in Kansas City, you're going to feel it big time this week. It's the hottest it's ever been.
Oh, yeah. Hottest it's ever been. You guys back on it.
Record-breaking numbers.
Julia, early in 90s ska punk was my life.
Hey, 90s punk music was great. Rancid.
Julia, who was your favorite ska punk band, Julia? Were you like
Operation
a
Ivy
kind of person? Were you Operation Ivy?
She's a Rancid fan. I bet she liked Op Ivy.
Rancid's sick, dude. I've seen Rancid live twice.
Do you know Rancid just put out another album as old as these guys are? Because, I mean, they were old dudes back then. Heck yeah, dude. They're still slaying, man. Like, it's great. You got to listen to it. I was pleasantly surprised when I heard it.
Right. Cole says 90s country is the best of that genre. I do believe. I think 90s country is what everybody loves. 900 did say 80s metal was better. The hair metal. But you know the hair metal, though, gets made fun of a lot. Right? I mean, I'm sure.
I feel like some of the bands that made really good records in the 90s were considered 80s metal, right? Like if you go by Metallica, Pantera, Megadeth, there's a plenty of them. We could keep going. Slayer.
Look, we didn't even talk about this in the 90s. You had two. You had
90s hip hop was also something that you cannot rule out. I mean, we're talking about Notorious B.I.G., Tupac, Snoop. Like,
you had Snoop.
Death Row Records. Dre.
Dude, but you can even look back at like Jeez Louise. Like you can even look back at like Vanilla Ice.
that was that the 90s?
What wasn't it?
Early 90s, maybe?
Maybe it might have been late 80s.
No, but even like Master P, and then you had like also you had like
MC Hammer.
Jaw Rule that brought in Lil Wayne, and like, dude, 90s had some good hip hop.
Nelly. I think Nelly's first big album might come out in 2000. Was that when Country Grammar dropped?
I don't know.
2000 and 2001.
Man, there's good music from every decade, though. Like, there's people that's always like, well, music sucked in the 80s. Or
This reminds me of the time that the
Nah,
guys got us
there's some
talking
good
about the
stuff.
best sports movies, Steve.
Yeah, we
if
gotta
it's
stop.
one thing we can talk about, it's music and movies, man. Like, that's us.
Hey,
Tupac, for sure.
Night Haunter, what are you talking about?
What? Who? What?
There are
Yeah.
better rap artists. I'm not one of those people that think Tupac's the greatest ever.
Can
no.
we give Night Hunter a timeout, please? No, I'm joking. Mods, if you don't care, go ahead and throw Night Hunter a timeout so he can go listen to a Tupac album.
30 seconds. 30 seconds. Get in the corner.
No, but you know what the best thing was? You know the song that Dave Chappelle did when he was making fun of Tupac about seeing the future?
Man,
was
Dave
awesome.
Chappelle show was a great show.
Yeah, I mean, I could.
That was a different time. That was a different
Maybe.
time, baby.
You could say Tupac wasn't the best, I guess, but there's a lot of people that think he was
Hey.
at least top 5, right?
He said he will not get in the corner. Nay, nay. Bite me.
Wait, who do you think's better than Tupac? Give me one person.
I can name some.
Who do you think's better than Tupac?
I mean, let's see. Are we just talking about 90, like the people in the 90s?
Just hip hop artists in the same era.
If it has to be same era, then I don't know. It's arguable.
Snoop, maybe. I'll give you Snoop.
But if you're
I'll
not talking,
give
if
you-
you're just talking about overall, but yeah,
I
was
don't know if
Snoop better
I
than
don't even know
Tupac?
I don't even know if Biggie was
Nah, I
better
don't
than
know.
Tupac. I think it's just one of
Do you
those
know
things
Biggie
where
was
they're
a
all the same
direct
level.
rip off of another guy? Have you seen that?
No, I
They
haven't seen
stole it.
Was there
Like
some
there's
kind
a
of
I cannot remember his name,
documentary
but
or
there was
something going?
there's a I'll find it online and send it to you later. But they literally like took this guy's whole image, sound, and everything and gave it to Notorious B.I.G. It blows your mind when you watch it. But no, I would say, I mean, overall, I mean, if you're not, Eminem's better than Tupac. I mean, you might get pitchforked for that a little bit.
I like
but I
Ice
feel
Cube.
like Ice Cube's awesome. Ice Cube's awesome.
Today was a good day.
But yeah, Dre, even. I mean, there's lots of good ones.
Brian Parrott said 2 words,
Nas.
April Wine, but I read that in my head as Avril Lavigne, and I was getting ready to be like,
Brian
what are you
Parrott likes
talking
Avril
about?
Lavigne.
Why does Brian Parrott like Avril Lavigne? Fun fact, I actually seen Avril Lavigne in concert like last year. She played in Louisville. She opened for MGK, which was really strange. But it is what it is.
Another rapper that's not as good as Tupac.
DMX.
But he's good, though. I was talking about MGK.
I love
Let's
MGK.
see here. Well, let's get back to football. We've ice
Just a
babied
little
enough,
bit.
Gary Holland. Let's get back to the game because
Yeah,
we
let's
got
give
a
our
little-
final thoughts here.
we got a little bit more
About
time
this
with you
game
guys
tomorrow.
tonight. So, I mean, before we get to the game, we've already, in case you're just getting in late or whatever, we talked about it a little bit earlier, but the players we're looking for that really need to show out in this game coming up, mainly Justyn Ross, Deneric Prince, Khalif Hallisey could continue to stack games. I think that'd be beneficial for him. Those are the guys that really need to show out.
And we just need a defensive end to step up. Which one's going to do it besides George? Because we know George is going to be there. He's going to be consistent.
Yeah.
I think Felix will be okay. But after them and a Minihue, who takes the reins? Is it B.J. Thompson? Is he enough? Is Malik Herring going to do it? Is Joshua Kando going to ever do anything? Like, we've got to figure this out.
Yeah. So, I agree. Joshua Kando's another one that's got to really show up. Now, even Malik Herring needs to have some more good reps. There's lots of different guys we could talk about there. But that's kind of where we're standing at. The game
Kando's
itself.
soft, by the way.
You think he's soft?
I'm going to start calling him Play-Doh.
Why? He's like such a super ridiculous athlete.
He is, but he just don't. It doesn't mesh on the court like he mesh on the court. It doesn't translate to the field. You know what I mean?
Right. Calhoun, this is no question. Kels has the most swag. Everybody knows that.
Kels can also get a little weird. Let's be honest.
Hey, what's up, Kelly? Good to see you.
Kelly, what's up?
Glad you made it in. Yeah, but just throw in the chat who you guys think needs to have, like, is there a bubble player that you think needs to really, really have a really good outing in the next
Cole?
couple of games?
Cole says Daniel Weiss.
Throw it in the chat.
Boy, he was getting his ass ripped the other day with Joe Cullen.
Yes, he was. Joe Cullen wasn't not happy with the defensive line at
I think
camp.
All Chiefed Up broke the story on Twitter, and it went all day long.
Yeah.
People were talking because nobody was really telling the story of camp. And then finally, we got some video, and we were like, Joe Cullen is ripping ass over there. Like, he is going crazy.
Yeah.
He was dropping F-bombs. He was just screaming. And, like, we broke the story. We were like, look, Joe Cullen is not having it today. Like, he's all over him. And then all of a sudden, Twitter started being like...
When you're around all these people and everybody's talking and you just hear loudly, like, very distinctly over everything, Danny effing Wise.
We're going full effing speed today.
Or he was yelling at George Karlaftis, George, throw his ass.
Dude, he wasn't having it. And we broke that story on
Twitter.
Twitter.
What's funny is
dude, Cullen is mad.
We actually, later, Chiefs fan, have a good night. Thanks for hanging out.
Later.
We actually we were still on campus after camp closed out, and we saw Joe Cullen walking down the hill, and he still looked pissed off. Even after he ate, even after he had his food, got his belly full, he wasn't hangry no more. He was just angry.
They didn't have what he wanted, man. He wanted a burger. They didn't have it. He probably said...
They didn't have the food trucks out there? Like Donovan... Did you see that on the franchise? Where Donovan Smith got all the food trucks there?
Episode 2? I haven't got to watch it yet.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
I'm going to watch it tonight.
I'll tell you what you guys should watch before you watch the franchise, and that is the video podcast we released earlier today.
That's a good idea.
You guys definitely get to watch that. It kind of got sunk into the algorithm a little bit, so if you guys do us a favor... when we're done here tonight, or if you get bored tomorrow morning before the game, make sure to check that video out. Watch that for us. Hit that like button. Leave some comments. We talk a lot about what the heck's going on with L'Jarius Sneed and his injuries, what the defense is looking like without L'Jarius Sneed and Chris Jones. A lot of other stuff we talk about in the episode. It's a pretty good one, so make sure you guys catch that.
Yeah, I'll throw it in the chat. I'll throw the link in case you guys want to click it, open it in a new window, keep it up for you. I don't know. But yeah, definitely recommend it. It was a good one. We had fun last night. We didn't really bring up a lot of articles and talk. We just kind of talked about camp a little bit. It was just a nice little podcast.
Yeah, sometimes we just like to shoot it, you know?
Just talk, man.
Like we try to be structured and always have a good, packaged product for you, but sometimes we just got to talk.
Yeah, Calhoun, you're right. Line coaches do have nasty edges. They do, man. Like I said, I was watching the Jets, and their defensive line coach the same way. He's like, look, he tells them, he's like, you guys are the heart and soul of this entire team. We go as far as the trenches. And that's true for everybody, man. You win and lose in the trenches. That's why we got to get Chris Jones back. We've got to find another defensive end that can step up and raise hell in there. We want to blow up these offenses. And so far, I feel like our offensive line kind of looked pretty good the other day. I went back and watched Donovan Smith's snaps the other day, and he held up very well against the Saints. I thought he looked really good. I thought Jawan Taylor impressed me pretty good. The only play I didn't love was that stupid QB sneak. That wasn't a QB, by the way. It's a tight end sneak, I guess.
It's just so.
The three guys in the middle just did not get lower than the defensive tackles. That was it. That's why that play didn't work. Of course, they knew what was coming. They knew to get lower. But that's where Creed's got to get better at. Creed's really good, I get it, but there's still some things he can work on. He's got to get a little bit lower.
Oh, everybody can get better.
I can get better. I can say more relevant crap.
You could enhance your vocabulary and not have to just call people slap nuts.
Yeah, that's true.
But what fun would that be? How many likes do we got right now?
We're at 336, baby. And we still got almost 200 in here. We got 197.
Hey, if you haven't hit it yet, go hit it.
Right. At first, we were just getting all kinds of crazy stuff tonight. Like the chat was glitching. The numbers were bouncing up and down crazily. The likes were going crazy up and down, left and right. I think YouTube's finally figured it out.
Can somebody explain this to me? They have like a little reaction thing in the chat now where you can hit like hearts or smiley faces.
What does that mean?
The 100, like, what does that do? Like, what?
Everybody go to the chat and start hitting those hearts. I want to see what happens.
I don't know.
Does something happen on our end? Do I see it on the screen? Wouldn't it be cool if you could see them on the screen like you can on TikTok? That'd be fun, right? If it just brought the little heart up on the edge of the screen.
Yeah, I don't even know what they're for.
That way, if
it kind of makes no sense for it to be there if we can't see it. Because I mean, isn't that the point? If it's like an instant reaction, like, hey, I like what you're talking. Oh, I can see it. You can see it. I see people doing it right now.
Wait,
if you go,
can see it?
Yeah, Mike, you can't be on the StreamYard interface. You have to be on the actual YouTube studio. and you
Okay,
can
let me
see
go
it in the
try it.
chat. Yeah,
And
you
then
can see it in the
have them
chat.
do it again.
By the
Give me
way,
1
I'm getting
second.
ready to end this poll. I'm going to give you guys just a little more time to go ahead and vote in it if you haven't. We're trying to see if we should push up the Saturday night tailgates, which is basically what we're doing tonight because the game is tomorrow. But we're trying to see if they need to be a little earlier. So I put the option 6 Central Time, 7 Central Time, 8 Central Time, and then no, just keep it later at like 9 or 10. Make sure you vote in that. I'd like to get as many people's opinion as possible about that so we can kind of gauge where we need to be at on that. Because we try to do things for you guys. So, but yeah, you can see the instant reaction. I see hearts flying through here.
I'm seeing hearts flying on the chat. It's not on the thing. It's just in the chat. Okay.
Right. Yeah,
that's pretty sick. I'm just not seeing it. I don't usually watch this screen. I usually let Steve watch this one, and I watch it from a personal
I kind of go back
account.
and forth. I go back and forth from StreamYard to the YouTube studio, so I can get kind of a glimpse of both.
I could watch this. You know what? I want to tell everybody else something. 18 minutes of watch time is what people's doing. You guys are tuning in for at least 20 minutes of your night on a Saturday night. You know what that means? I thank you for it.
I think they should make it 40 minutes.
That's average. You know you got people just going ham.
Chiefer said us old people voted for 6.
I hear you. I mean, that's us too, isn't it? I'm kind of good with either. It don't matter to us. That's why I wanted to put it up for a poll for you guys. Maybe if late. Okay, so what's the poll look like?
It's very, very even. 25% 6, 22% 7, 22% 8, 31% late. So I mean, late still kind of winning.
6 is winning. 6 is at 26% and 8's at 22%. The earliest one. 6 Central is winning on my end.
Is it?
No, actually, no. I take that back. No, what? Keep it late is at 30.
Yeah.
So what does that mean? We're just going to have to take the average between the 9 and the 6 and just make it 7?
Well, I mean, I think people's going to tune in regardless, but we're just trying to see what works best for everybody. What's going on, Ozark Hillbilly? Good to see you. Better late than never.
Rock Chalk said Mike just had an epiphany right in front of us. I did. I had a couple. A, I didn't know I could see your hearts. B, I didn't know I could get into the YouTube studio to see you guys in real time. So now I can boot Steve out of here and end the poll myself. No, I'm still gonna let Steve do it. It's too much work.
You let me do the poll?
I'm gonna let him do the poll.
T-Bone says if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Right. Here's what I think. What did we do tonight? 9 p.m.
Yeah, I think 9's good.
8 Central.
I think that's good.
Because
it'll run. We usually try to do around 2 hours. Sometimes it might not be 2 hours. It just depends on if everybody's interacting or not.
If anything, we move it up like a half hour. I think that would help everybody. Maybe just go 7:30 or 8:30.
We'll see what we do.
Who knows?
We'll let you guys know.
We'll go with live.
Either way, but that's the plan. If you're new to the channel, what we do, a video podcast. We release those all throughout the week. We'll do some shorts and things like that. We try to keep in touch. For you members, we try to put up some behind the scenes stuff, some pictures and stuff. We tried to on the trip to Kansas City just a little bit when we can. But live streaming, we do a Wednesday night war room. So that'll be Wednesday night, usually about 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Central Time, something like that. And then we're going to do a live stream pregame and postgame. And by pregame, it's the day before the game, which we call the tailgate. Normally it'd be on Saturday night tailgate, but yeah.
By the way, Steve, tomorrow night's game, we're blacked out. We're not from the KC area. If you're not from the KC area, you can't watch it live. They're not showing it live on NFL Network. So we've got to figure out a way to watch this game live, or we're not going to be able to do a live reaction. We have to wait for the tape delay.
Oh, we'll find a way.
I think maybe
where there's a will, there's a way.
NFL Plus, maybe. Somebody have to let us know. I think NFL Plus on the app or something may do it.
Surely. There's got to be a way to watch this thing.
Maybe you could go NFL Plus and stream it to the TV.
Hey, have a good night, Night Hunter.
Yes.
Thanks for hanging out.
Night Hunter, you're awesome. No hard feelings about the 90s. Kelly with a 10.
Kelly with a 10 bomb.
Appreciate you, Kelly. She says, killer videos lately. Love to hear your takes on all things Chiefs and your honest opinions. Keep up the great work.
We appreciate you, Kelly. Thank you for the nice words. Yeah, we try to be as genuine as possible. I mean, if any of you guys met us the other night at the Chew with the Crew, I would think that we're pretty much the same every day as we are on our podcast, on our live streams. Correct me if I'm wrong, guys, but I think that we're pretty genuine. So
We might be dumber in real life.
we try to
actually.
be real. So we appreciate that. I'm glad that it translates for you. But thanks for the 10. We really appreciate the support. Means a
Yes.
lot. Y'all put some legendaries, some catch ups in the chat for Kelly.
Some
Very
catch-ups.
awesome.
Some
Very awesome.
catch-ups. What's going on, Brett? Brett said, "What's up? What's up, Brett? Appreciate you being here, brother." Jeremiah says he's on Mountain Time.
Mountain Time. I didn't even think that was actually real.
He's
I
on
thought that
New
was just a
Zealand.
myth. You ever
That would make-
noticed?
that
Have
would
you ever
make,
noticed like on TV shows back in the day, like it'd always be like it would
Yeah.
tell you Eastern Time, Central Time, or Pacific Time. They just skip Mountain Time altogether. They're like, that's not real. That's not a real thing.
Yeah, they're like Central Pacific, something like that. Everybody's just got to fend for themselves.
Lego, we will definitely do a 20K giveaway for sure. Like when we
20K.
yeah, when we
we're
get
gonna give away.
when we
What
get
should
to 20K subscribers, we're definitely going to do something.
Yeah, we're gonna give away something crazy.
We'll think of
for
something
20K.
good. We'll think of something good.
We might give away a car. It might be like Oprah.
You get a car and you get a car. Just kidding.
Okay, Jeremiah says he's watching on NFL Plus.
If you can watch
So-
on NFL Plus, we're solid, right?
So that's but I'm pretty sure you probably couldn't have a free account. So we'll have to probably pay something, probably like $10 or something.
That's fine.
If we can stream it though, maybe I'll just ride over to your house. We'll watch it together.
Do it. Come hang out with me, Michael.
How are we gonna do our live reaction? Just together? Should we
You
give
can
everybody a live
we'll
reaction?
just come down
together?
here. We'll come down here. Look. I can scoot, and you can just be right here beside me, man. We can sit right here, brothers, just
Hey, look,
brothers loving each
turn-
other and talking about the Chiefs
Hey,
together.
stay right there where we would be. Turn up your microphone as loud as it'll go, so we can see if the microphone will work to pick up both of us.
Could you not hear me a minute ago?
Oh, that's way too loud, actually. So I think
Okay.
we're gonna be fine.
What about now? Are we back to normal?
Yeah, but that's pretty low.
All right, cool.
Actually, it might be a little low.
Sorry,
Brian,
sorry.
will, you know.
Brian, sound man, let us
Now
know
you
in the
sound
chat.
good. You sound good now. Brian said, "Watch party at Zarda's." That
Man, I
would be
wish.
sick if we could ever get together and do that one weekend.
Actually,
That'd be pretty
you know,
cool.
maybe we should do that. Like, obviously, we're gonna go to a game probably, but should we maybe make a trip one time, and even if we don't go to the game, we just have a watch party with the ACU crew
to catch an
somewhere?
away game,
somewhere.
like an away game where people don't go to the stadium
Yeah,
or whatever.
yeah,
like
that's
you
what I'm
catch
saying.
An away game at Zarda or something,
Right.
or maybe not even Zarda. Maybe we can find a new spot or something.
Right.
Zarda seems pretty cool though. I think they'd let us have the back.
They
room.
worked really well with us, and they were really cool. They even let us
Yeah.
stay way past closing time. They were.
Oh
really
yeah,
cool.
they stayed for an extra 30 minutes. So cool. Gil said, "Don't change it." Damn it. We're probably not going to, Gil. It looks like
Nah,
you
we were
guys
just kind
probably-
of gauging it. It looks like most people want to keep it that way anyway. I'm gonna go ahead and end that poll. So, no big changes. We're all good, Gil. You the man.
Oh, Kyrie says the NFL Plus doesn't work if you're trying to connect to a TV. I heard that they changed that this year, though. But is that only if you get the NFL package?
I'm confused.
You know what I mean? Like, because remember, Steve, we tried to stream to the TV last year and it wouldn't let us do it from NFL Plus.
It was just being crazy. I do kind of remember that.
But they wouldn't just let you stream it. But I heard this year they may do it. So we'll have to see, man. We'll have to get on here tomorrow and see.
Cobra Kai Ty says if you pay for NFL Plus, you can watch on mobile and then just share the screen to
There
the
you go.
TV. You can watch all games if I remember right. Yeah, can I not just like what's it called?
Well, YouTube's doing the whole entire thing now. Like, they're not doing it through DirecTV anymore, are they? Or are they still doing DirecTV?
Can't I just mirror my screen?
Yes. But you can't do it unless you pay for NFL Plus.
Well, that's fine. We'll figure it out.
We're going to get it. We got to pay for it anyway.
I'll go mow a yard or something and get some cash, and we'll get the NFL Plus.
Come on. We're a
I'll
Chiefs
sell
channel.
some baked goods on
We're
the.
watching the Chiefs. We're watching. We usually pay like what, $400 a year. We usually just get Pops to get it, and then we all just meet up at his house and watch it every week. But on YouTube is going to be different, though. I think YouTube is going to be. I actually think YouTube might be better.
All right, Mike, real quick, because guys, we're gonna wrap this thing up soon. We appreciate you guys being here. Hit that like button on your way out if you haven't done it already. All that good stuff. But real quick, Mike,
Yes.
before we wrap up, I know it's a preseason game. I know the score doesn't matter. He did say package. Let's go ahead and do a prediction anyway, a score prediction.
Let's do a game prediction.
Right. Like, it don't matter. Like, I don't care.
Oh, yeah.
Like, do you really care if the Chiefs win a preseason game? Because, I mean, as much as I love the Chiefs, I don't care if they win the preseason game. I just want to see them get good reps in, get to see the players.
They started last year with a loss and 2 wins, didn't they?
Who cares? Who cares?
So I think it'll be the same this year.
Let's go ahead and do a prediction, though. I feel like it's preseason, and you're going to have, you know, the young guys, the third strings in there quite a bit. Let's go Chiefs 27, Cardinals 21. That's what I'm going to go with.
I'm going to go 20-17 Chiefs.
2017 Chiefs. Well, yeah.
That's what I'm going to go with.
You heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen.
Gary Holland
That's going to be the score of this exciting preseason matchup.
Right. Gary Holland says 24-13. Pacey says 27-7. Brian Parrish says 84-10.
That sounds good.
It's going to be. I'm going with Brian. Let's have a Brian game at 84-10, baby.
Yeah, I think overall, man, just from this game, I think I'd be really happy if we got to see first team a little bit more. Cross your fingers, knock on wood. We don't need the injuries on that crappy field, but I do want to see more of the first team because they did not impress anybody against Saints. Let's get that straight. Either side of the ball. So we do want to see a little bit more. And then, like we said earlier, Justyn Ross, Deneric Prince, like, you guys got to Justyn Ross has been showing up. Don't get me wrong. Just keep it rolling. Keep it rolling. Same with Khalif on the defensive side of the ball. Echo, all of them guys. So that's where I'm at with it, man. But, yeah.
Yeah. I'm trying to, before we head out here, I was trying to see, because people's asking about NFL Plus. So I'm just trying to see if I can figure out how much it costs for people.
It's only like $10, ain't it?
You can watch live out-of-market preseason games on all devices with NFL Plus. So it don't really say how much it is, but
all devices. That means you can just watch it straight from the TV, then, right?
Right, and I think it's only $10 for the lower one. I don't know. Just go to NFL.com/plus.
We got this, guys. ACU crew. We're going to enjoy this game tomorrow. And do not forget, we will be back tomorrow night with our post-game reaction, so we can talk about what we saw in the game, what we liked, what we didn't like, all that good stuff. So we are going to be hanging out with you again tomorrow. So we really appreciate you guys being here tonight and showing us support, all that good stuff. I want to give a special shout-out to some people: Cobra Kai Ty, Enrique, Larry, Jose, Matt, Jeremiah, Gil, HD Chiefs fan, Jam Fry Gable, Javier, Chief KT, Kelly, all you guys. Thanks for the super chats. Thanks for the donos. Those go a long way in helping this channel grow and helping us be able to spend more time on the channel. Because the more we can generate monetarily, the more time we can put into the channel and less time at work. So
1,000%.
That's what we're trying to get to. We want to do this full time. And you guys are definitely helping us get on that route. So thank you guys so much. Also, thanks for Cobra Kai Ty for gifting out some memberships. Much appreciated, my man. Hey, good night. Good night. It's been fun talking to everybody. I mean, I've literally been at work all day today, and I've drove for 3.5 hours after work and ran into this live stream. So I'm extremely tired. I'm kind of out of it. Just, and I'm ready to eat. Steve. I'm ready to eat something.
Did you have dinner?
No.
What are you about to eat?
I don't know. I literally just ran in the house to get on the live stream. So been a good night, and we'll be back tomorrow with our post-game reactions. So yeah, just wanted to say that we appreciate you guys. You guys are awesome, blah, 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 blah. Stuff you already know. I want to give you one of these rolls.
El Travidor.
I'm going to give you a little bit of this. We'll see you tomorrow.
Aside from my soul.